Kingdom Radio. Turn the lights off. Now watch us turn the whole world on. Now they're watching the whole thing glow. Light work, night shift, whole squad wired. Mastermind, big bass, whole block fired. Worldwide, roof high, watch us climb higher. We don't hang lights, we construct the empire. Light work, night shift, whole squad wired. Mastermind, big bass, whole block. From the ladder to the leader, every level gets acquired. We don't hang lights, we construct the empire. I came in the game with the ladder in the vision. Now the whole operation moving with precision. Every conversation turned into ammunition. Not against each other, we attack the competition. Installation, innovation, calculated repetition. Turn the seasonal profession to a permanent position. Every lesson that we mention is a business intervention. Mastermind on the transmission, worldwide reception. Cold nights, bold price, no sleep. High pressure, whole team locked in. Every season gets better. Stormfront, phone jump, still holding it together. Built a system so the business isn't broken by the weather. No guessing, no stressing, every measurement matters. No talking like a boss if the organization scatters. We're developing the leaders, not just filling up the ladders. Turning scholars into owners, then the whole ceiling shatters. Robey with the raw truth, no sugar on the statement. Kingdom Radio broadcast, shaking up the basement. Everybody wants the outcome, you embrace the payment. We document the process, then we duplicate greatness. From Houston to Australia, that consuming the discussion. Every download has momentum, every episode erupting. Every installer hears the signal underneath the percussion. This is business education with a heavyweight production. Construct the empire. Light work, night shift, whole squad wired. Mastermind, big bass, whole block fired. Worldwide, roof high, watch us climb higher. We don't hang lights, we construct the empire. No sleigh bells, fake smiles, matching sweaters in the lobby. We're discussing real payroll, real cruising, real problems. How to price it, how to sell it, how to build it, how to solve it, how to turn a pickup truck into a company with options. This ain't contained for attention, it's a blueprint for expansion. Take the wisdom from the veterans and put it into action. Every failure gets examined, every victory is traction. We're not chasing entertainment, we're producing transformation. Mastermind, mastermind, mastermind. The name rings heavy when the bass drops. 7,000 in the network making game swap. One person finds a shortcut, everybody saves blocks. One owner raises standards, not a whole trade elevates up. Iron sharpens iron when the honest conversations happen. No pretending, every season is a perfectly wrapped package. We expose the weak foundation, then we enforce the brackets. Put the knowledge in the hands of anybody brave enough to grab it. Brave enough to grab it. Different time zones tuning in when the live stream starts. Different accents, same ambition, same entrepreneurial heart. Every city has an installer trying to master the art. Now the world is getting smaller every time we press record. From the back roads to the skylines, every market has a fighter. Every family has a reason that they need the future brighter. Take the struggle, take the sacrifice and turn it to a lighter. Then illuminate the route for every installer coming behind us. Built to the 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 way. Built in the cold, built when the phone didn't ring. Built when the crews didn't show. Built when nobody understood the goal. Now they're watching the whole thing glow. This is bigger than December, bigger than decorations. We're creating jobs and leaders, building family foundations. Teaching owners how to operate beyond improvisation. With the future on the calendar to execute the obligation. What survives when you retire? Who remains when you're gone? Did you only build a paycheck or was structure standing strong? Every episode's a brick, every relationship's a bond. What a building for a season, reconstructing something long. Get busy, no excuses, put the plan into motion. Quit confusing, being frantic with productive devotions. Slow it down, perform it right, then accelerate the process of disciplined operation. Always dominate for reckless, take a picture, bring the proof. In the endless second guessing, train the crew to find a standard, make the expectation present. Every problem leaves a lesson, every lesson leaves a weapon. Every weapon is a system when the system gets perfected. When the system gets perfected.
Light work.
Light work, the empire. Light work, the empire. Light work. We don't hang lights, we construct the empire.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kingdom Radio. On today's show, Robey will be breaking down Christmas Expo 2026. That's right. You're listening to the Christmas Light Installers Mastermind. My name is Ron, and I'm always with this beautiful thing right here. Laura Robey, what's up? Bo, 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 bo.
What is up? Happy end of July. 3 days left, people.
It's been
days left.
It's been an interesting week.
Ugh.
Yeah. We were on a podcast last week and last Wednesday. And there was a little bit of like, you have this many hours before you have to leave the house, and then you're going to go around some Christmas people.
Yeah.
And it was, okay, what is the list? And the list is like 7 days long of stuff you need to do before you get there, but you can do it. You got 6 hours. So we did that, and we went to Christmas Expo, and we came back, and now we're trying to get ready for what?
We leave for vacation in a week.
Vacation in a week.
Yes.
And and there's that.
I'm very excited. I cannot wait.
Yeah.
I'm just ready. Just ready.
I think everybody's ready for a vacation.
Everyone in this house is ready for a vacation except for you, mister.
I'm ready for a vacation because I realized while we were at the Christmas Expo that I need a vacation.
We do.
I need to clear my head and just kind of go and just get away from the computer for about 2 weeks. I just need to do that before I submerge myself back into Christmas, because everybody needs a break and kind of get a new, fresh way of thinking. I think, it's nice to do that before the season starts. We always do that before the season starts. Is take a vacation pre-Christmas, and then we take one post-Christmas for the most part. But I think it's really important. Also, what else do you think is important, Laura?
Other than vacation?
Other than vacation.
To recharge and refresh and kind of just get your head on right, because your head's about to come off your shoulders in a couple weeks with all the insanity that's going on. There's a lot of preparation to do before the Christmas season begins. You've got not just your supplies and your schedule and your guys and all the other stuff. You also have your personal life that can turn into a wreck, especially when you and your partner are in business together.
If you're lucky enough.
If you're lucky enough to have that, you also have your personal life that will go into complete disarray, So you have that meal prep and, getting the house ready. I got to pull my Christmas crap out when I get back from vacation because I get to pull all of my Christmas decorations out and start decorating the house in September. That'll be fun.
Yeah. We just got live on Facebook. Let me see. This YouTube thing just ain't hitting. No one's jobbing on it.
Having a day.
Yeah. Let me refresh this. I think we're live on Facebook now.
That's good.
There we are. Okay. We're live on Facebook. All right. So now we can open up the floodgates. Everyone jump on.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, another thing that I look forward to is not just a vacation, but something that I really, really, really need personally each and every year. And we've done it every year since 2022 or something, I think, is the Christmas Contractor season kickoff. Every single year we do the Christmas Contractor season kickoff. This is the ChristmasContractor.com 2026 season kickoff, for example.
Yeah, I think we've done every year since we've been on this.
Property. Yeah. And it's nice, like not like for training, like not really for training for the most part, because you can get your training and stuff like that. But for like local people and people who come in, that is like the most important time, because you think you got your plan together. You're about to start installing in the next couple of weeks, if not immediately after this last weekend in September meeting. You get to kind of see the new products, and you get with a bunch of business owners who have been doing Christmas lights for more than a few years, and we all kind of get together and we have this one last brainstorming, networking, training, and type of environment. We've had some of what I would call the most popular, best trainers in the country, or whoever we believe has something to say that we want our people to hear, and we have those people come in and train. And we've had big names. We've had big names over the years. And this year, your buddy Ron's doing the training, and Laura. So we'll be doing the training this year. But just that right there is the one don't want to miss event. is the 2026 ChristmasContractor.com season kickoff. So let's start with that. Where is that?
It might be new if you're training, but I train every single year. So
hold up, what
it's
happened?
Nothing unusual.
What happened?
Last year I taught Jobber and Photoshop, and the year before I think I did Photoshop and wreath and garland decorating. I mean, I always train. You're just new to the program.
Yeah, I don't usually do any training myself.
Yeah, do much.
I get by with a little help
He's kidding.
from my friends.
And then if you can't come to these training classes, there is actually free training online. You just have to know where to look for it. Winky, winky.
Mhm.
You don't have to pay the $1,500 that are $3,000 or $5,000 buy-in program. Do you get a discounted rate on your materials or whatever? There's some free stuff out there that's still good training, even in Spanish.
Why is this not? What the heck's going on here? What?
I don't know what's going on. I just know.
Before printing the screen, remove the other one. Oh, light work. Remove
the screen.
Boom. There you go. So this is it right here. It's if you
want to come to the training, you just go to ChristmasContractor.com. Not only can you see some training, you can see some smoking hot freaking deals that I'm freaking having a heart attack with. I'm like, Ronald, did you really put that at that price? That's not just the training, but some products that are on there, and we'll get our shipment in September. So get you ready for that one.
And then there was that.
So you can do singular attendance, 3 people. 1 person VIP, or the VIP with the stay at the lake house. It's going to be super fun.
It's gonna be,
As always,
gonna be a lot of fun.
It's always been a good time. It's always a good time.
Yeah, ChristmasContractor.com. You can find a contractor and all kinds of stuff. That's what you'll be seeing faux show. You'll be seeing a faux show. But anyway, that's what's going on with that. But yeah, let's talk about it, baby. Let's go into, what do you want to talk about next? While we're waiting for some people to come in, I couldn't help but notice that old Tony Romo. I couldn't help but notice this man, Tony Romo. My dude, I just don't know what to say here. What do you know about this Tony Romo thing? Let me pull up over Tony Romo. If you don't know, Tony Romo was arrested for, I guess, DUI or something like that.
I mean, let's just be real here. I mean, if you like the Dallas Cowboys, you can go ahead and turn this off right now, because I'm about to talk some smack. Okay.
Oh, you are? Hold on. Well, let me turn it up. Let me turn up.
If you like the Dallas Cowboys, you're going to have to forgive me. Don't hold it against me, whatever. But for crying out loud, the guy couldn't throw a freaking pass without it getting intercepted. He's going to sit there and do stretches and work his back out before he does a freaking field sobriety test.
Hold on.
What a freaking idiot.
Let's check.
Hi there, Deputy Cora, Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office.
Were you speaking on the speaker back there?
I was.
I didn't even know you guys said that. So sorry.
All right. Reason for my stop today. Yep.
That was what you said.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Reason for my stop today is the unsafe passing on the right, the lane deviation.
Can you say it louder?
I'm sorry.
Unsafe passing on the right, cutting across the gore. Obviously, the gore.
And now I'm thinking, given this video, that this is actually an old Dallas Cowboys cheerleader that just pulled over Tony Romo. She sounds like the sweetest chick on the planet. It's like, oh, you did unsafe passing now. Let's go outside and do some cheer. Whatever. Get a freaking Uber, people.
Nah, you don't want to surrender the privacy of somebody all up in your damn business.
I mean, for crying out loud.
What's he driving, H3?
It's something nice, but still.
Gotcha.
Where are you coming from?
Oh, it's a Jeep.
He was in Dallas to go cry in the infield. Like
Babe,
usual.
He went to go visit grandma and grandpa.
He was in Dallas, crawling around the goalpost, wishing for better days, hoping that when somebody threw a ball at him, he could actually he could actually throw the ball and it actually get into the bread basket instead of all this other crap into somebody else's bread basket, which he was totally known for.
I don't know. Whatever kind of sweet talking this man was doing, the shit wasn't working.
No.
I guess.
And then you have the picture of him doing his little stretches, doing yoga.
I don't know. Let's see something transpire. I'm not going to play the whole thing. I'll save you the whole thing.
Thank God. We've seen enough.
It's like, look, Tony. Yeah, look. When the game was on the line, I mean, you did really good, But when the game was on the line, you choked, bro. You zigged when you should have zagged, and then once again, we didn't really win anything significant because you dropped the ball, you dropped the snap.
He's the choke king. That's what he's been, and that's what he's doing right here. He's
And he really has an all shucks kind. I mean, if I would have pulled him over, I'm
poor
sure this has happened
baby.
many times for him. This is the first time someone actually went through with this whole rigmarole and embarrassed him on camera. But I'm sure it's like, oh, it's Tony Romo. Hey, boss, let me call my sergeant. Let's bring him down the station, get autographs, and whatever. But the DUI, I mean, I don't know. I didn't see his driving, but anyway, apparently they got him dead to rights on something.
And if
Who
they did,
knows?
they did. If he was fucking drunk driving, he's done.
I thought you were taking me through it.
So as of right now, we're on a level ground. We're on a bridge. I want to convey you somewhere that's going to be an even surface, free of debris.
Yes, I agree. So we don't get hit.
Turn around for me.
I get you.
Yeah, so she wants to take him back to her apartment where she has a level service or some kind of service or something
fucking
level. I don't know what the hell.
He is old. She's a young lady.
Yep.
Be kind.
I just want to make sure that
Man, I just can't even
warriors.
watch the rest of this. But anyway, we will a little bit.
You love
Keep
this
looking
shit.
at the stimulus until the test is over.
Stimulus.
Do you understand? The stimulus, top of my pen, right over here. To walk until you're told to do so.
Okay.
Do you
I
understand?
mean,
the
this is like
instructions
the
so far?
highlight of her career. Look, here's the highlight of her career, and I don't want to go into my position on police officers, but they're not your fucking friend. Okay? Anything you say can and will be used against you. Does that sound like someone who's your friend? The best thing to do in a situation like this is to do nothing, say nothing until your attorney gets involved, period. All this shit right here, he could have avoided all this. Like, I'm not doing all these
Whatever.
stupid tests.
You just wonder it's going to mess up his contract for doing announcing during the season. You're not going to see him. They're going to blackball him.
No.
You watch.
What's wrong?
Over a
do.
misdemeanor? No.
Drunk driving. You don't encourage people to drunk driving. You don't have your freaking announcer out there. I mean, what the hell is he doing? He's
He's
turned
taking
into a
off his
freaking
flip flops, babe. He
flamingo.
can walk barefoot
Oh,
better
Lord
than
have
with
mercy.
flip flops. I mean, everyone knows that, right? I mean,
He should have just said, "I've drank too much. Go take me."
When I
fucking
tell you
home."
to start, take 9 heel to toe steps on the line, turn and take 9 heel to toe steps down.
so
I mean, how old is he? 50? What is he? 52, 50 something? How old is Tony?
no,
Romo?
he's 40 something probably.
Tony Romo. I cannot believe I'm putting this in the algorithm on my freaking computer.
What is
He's
that?
46.
We're not going to do that.
So the whole thing was embarrassing. I don't even like watching this. I don't like promoting this. Yeah, he got a DUI or he was arrested or something for DUI. Doesn't mean when he goes to court, I don't know what will happen. But the best thing to do,
I mean, he's got a freaking video, obviously.
Michael Irvin did
Cannot
way worse.
pass.
Michael Irvin did way
In
worse
what?
and went scot-free.
And how long ago was that? How long
He
ago
snorted
was
up the
Michael-
50-yard line and
I
then
mean,
some, and
that's
had a whole
true.
house where he was bringing women in there and drugs were in every single room and all the like. Believe me, Tony Romo has not been living that life.
Ooh,
He
how long
just
was
has a
Michael
golf
Irvin?
problem, and very similar to Tiger Woods. What?
He has a golf problem.
He loves golfing. He had
He
to.
loves golfing, so that's the reason why he's drunk.
You must not have been golfing before. I mean, obviously,
have been
Laura
golfing
doesn't know
before.
anything about golfing
I
because
have been golfing. We went golfing with your parents. We weren't
golfing and
trashed.
drinking, those two things go together very well, and it's really a habit. You always bring this, and you gamble on golf, and you drink on the back
Well, I
nine.
guess
and-
you need to take me golfing more often, Robe.
yeah,
Crying out loud.
I lost my golf clubs. And
You took
haven't
me
gotten
golfing
back.
at your parents, and I did very well. You haven't taken me since.
That's true. We need to go golfing again,
Actually,
and we
keep-
have like places we can go. Like people would love to go to some places that we can go. We just never go.
I mean,
But what I'm trying to say is, my man right here, Tiger, this is what you do, dog. Okay? This is what you do. As soon as the police pulls you over, or this guy, he actually flipped the car over and damn near killed somebody.
I
But
mean,
okay,
so much better.
when you realize that you're in a pickle, okay, your sweet talking is not working with this chick. They're not just going to wave a flag and say, oh, that was great. Now we have all this video of you in the Sally Port that we can, show off to TMZ and all that. Now, I can make my career because you're like, sit, boy, sit. Now start doing some jumping jacks. And yeah, come over here. Now start, clap your hand, bend over, touch your toes, start wumping on one leg. It's like, you just never want that day to stop because you got Tony Romo acting like a little bitch and just doing everything you say. I mean, I wouldn't have done none of that. Your boy wouldn't have done none of that. I'd have been Tiger Woods right here. Yeah. I'm right here, bud. Go ahead, do what you got to do. But I ain't participating in none of this field sobriety stuff. We're going to stay on one knee.
Oh, that's where he flipped his car.
Yeah. Yeah, but what he did was he went up the road. He called Trump and said, look, such and such and whatever. And then whatever words were exchanged. And he said, I just got off the president with the United States. And he just sat there. And then eventually they took him, whatever. But yeah, that's how a boss does it. And then he left the country. Then you like, hey, you know what? The media is kind of hot right now in America. It's kind of hot. You know, so what we're going to do is we're going to go overseas for about a month and let this shit cool down. Yeah, I'm not in the Masters, just like Tony Romo would never be in the Super Bowl. But I'm not in the Masters, but I'm just going to leave the country. And the reason why I compared Tony Romo and Tiger Woods is very unfortunate for both of them, but both of them are dealing with major injuries from being in sports. And now they're addicted to a lifestyle of maybe you're living, but you're also living with pain and you're, supplementing with pain pills and things like that. Or, golf. Tony Romo, he had to have it in his contract that he was not allowed to play golf because when he's a professional quarterback, if he were to get injured on the golf course, it was in his contract. He wasn't allowed to play golf during the season. He's a scratch golfer and could play with pros. Tony Romo's an awesome golfer. But when you go golfing, drinking, that kind of stuff. But yeah, he could quite possibly, he's definitely an amateur golfer. If not, could compete as a professional. He's an awesome golfer. And everyone knew that. But that's why, living in the Dallas area for so many years, it was very sad
to hear
for
Ron talk about Tony Romo.
It was very sad for people in
life.
Dallas. I live there. You always root for the home team. Even though I'm a Redskins fan, it's always nice to see when the Cowboys lose. The Redskins or anyone who plays the Cowboys is who you root for. But it was sad to see everyone who was true Cowboy fans and just see disappointment after disappointment after disappointment year after year. And I always pretended to be sad about it, but I'm not happy about this. I'm not happy about the Tony Romo thing. It was kind of embarrassing. And it was exactly what you don't do when you have an interaction with the police officers, is think that you're going to talk your way out of it. As soon as they got you down there at the police station, no comment, lawyer. That's it. All right. So we're moving right along. Yeah. But yeah, that's very sad that they got Irvin an hour and a half on Romo. Golly, it's like, oh my God.
That's terrible. The thing with Michael Irvin was 21 years ago. That was a way different time period. The internet definitely was not in focus back then. Now, body cams and everything else are.
It's a misdemeanor. Michael Irvin's talking about a felony that he should have been in prison for the rest of his life for what he was doing. He got out of that felony, possession of cocaine and this and that and distribution, all that kind of shit. He got out of all that and continued to play football more than once in Miami and in Dallas Cowboys more than once from money. Tony Romo, this is a misdemeanor, period. And I don't see it being a big deal. But anyway, moving on. Let's see. What else do we have here? Let's cross off the old Tony Romo off the mix. All right. Tony Romo reminds me of Tiger Woods, but Tiger did it smarter. Yeah. Okay. Moving. He was just smoother with it. Brother was just way smoother with it.
Keeps doing it over and over and over and over again.
Tiger Woods got more experience, I guess. Tony it's like, dog, I know you never lived that life, bud, and that's okay. But look, this is what you don't do. They're not your friends.
Jeez.
The police officers are not your friend. They were when you were a cowboy and they were escorting you off on the field, but you catch them in real life, how they really do. It's like you could tell a homeboy don't have enough experience with those interactions. But anyway, we'll move along. Speaking of experience, did I ever show you this video?
My name is Ron from Kingdom Radio. And
you know who that is?
Yeah.
Who is it?
That's you.
That's Fred Zimmerman.
Oh, you didn't tell me the person that's sitting next to you.
Oh, I know it's me. That's Fred Zimmerman. This is in Joey's warehouse. And Fred had something on Lifetime movie or something. He did like a Lifetime movie, but they didn't want LED because of the cameras and how the cameras show LED. So they made him do the whole movie production in incandescent.
Okay.
So I remember this little clip. I was asking him, just making a little joke about
We
incandescent
have
light.
special guest Fred Zimmerman talking incandescent here on Wednesday at Kingdom Live.
Incandescent's the way to go. So
That's all I use on my house. Hello, my name is Ron.
Yeah, so that was funny. Remember that one?
Oh my gosh. No, I was, you can see I was sitting there entertaining the children.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. Well, Fred, he's the expert when it comes to incandescent. And he's like, incandescent is all I use on my house. I remember that was from like 3 years ago.
Mhm.
It was interesting that it was like Wednesday Night Live because it was a Wednesday we were there, I think.
Yeah, we were there Wednesday.
That was for a
Thursday.
commercial we were doing
Mhm.
or
Something.
a failed version of it. But anyway.
Moving on.
All right. So that
That
one's
was
gone
nice.
from the studio. Tiger Woods. Let's get him out of there. All right. So let's get into this one. Everyone wants to know about this one. Christmas Expo. That kind of sums it up, doesn't it?
Yeah, totally.
I mean, if you look at all the things I said last week, I think I spoke all these things into existence.
I mean,
This pretty much sums it up. This is the picture that we posted last week of the Christmas Expo. And I want to walk you down through the Christmas Expo. So Opus Clip, listen to me here. The next set of clips are going to be the ones you're going to want to see. Christmas Expo. Christmas Expo. Let's talk about Christmas Expo because we left last week and we got down in there. We got down in there and we got into the vehicle. We woke up and it was 4 o'clock in the morning.
yes.
There was 2.5 hours of sleep, and 4 o'clock in the morning, we were getting after it, and it was
Yeah, pretty much.
okay, what are we doing again? We're going to Dallas. Yeah, let's do it. And I had to leave at 4 o'clock in the morning. Like we were like, it was one of those things. Like, why are you going to? What's up with this camera? What the hell is going on with this thing?
I don't
This
know.
thing's so weird. Give me
So
one
I
second.
tried to get
gotta
him
fix
to
this.
leave after the podcast last week, but then
Oh,
it
here we
takes 2.5 hours after the podcasts are over to load it through the Opus Clip and do all his slicing and dicing, and then load it for however many segments he's going to do for however many days, and then put it over here and put it over there. So I'm like, forget about it. It's too late. We can't go. We can't go the night before.
Well, it wasn't
We
that.
can't-
It was
we
like
can't just get in the car and leave. We can't be spontaneous in such a way. No. We can't do that at all. We got to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and then drive and expect to be up until whatever time doing our little shenanigans at the Christmas Expo for the entire day. But we have to be there because we want to see Jason Woodward's keynote speaking. That is at 8:30 in the morning.
right. Exactly.
I tried to sleep. I did. I really tried to sleep on the ride there. But every time I started to fall asleep, somebody said, "Hey, what are you doing over there? I mean, we should play some music. Do you want to put this thing online? Hey, how about you research this thing for this, whatever. But so there's no sleep happening.
Yeah.
That's how
That's
it
pretty
went.
much what happened. Sort of, kind of, not really, but kind of. So yeah. So anyway, let's get some pictures here. What are we doing here?
I
Why
don't
is
know.
this
You got some
thing not
pictures?
add to stage? What add to stage? Before presenting the screen, remove other media streams. Oh, this one. Okay. Anyway, so we got this. So we got the passports in the mail. Didn't we get that Wednesday?
Yes, we talked about it on a Wednesday.
Oh, okay. But we actually got the physical passports in.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. So we got that one. That one was cool. And then, so this is a picture of us at 5:30, 6 o'clock, maybe in the morning on the way to Dallas, going about, less than 100 miles an hour, in those open country roads. And we're riding down the road and we're having a good time. We're having a good time. I haven't had much sleep. I'm driving all night. I'm pretty delirious, but I'm having a good time. And it was like, do you want to stop at Buc-ee's? Like, who doesn't want to stop? Who passes 2 Buc-ee's and doesn't stop at
We
Buc-ee's?
do. Boring.
So, like when you're looking at your phone, right? So when you're looking at your phone and you're like, all right, so let me go ahead and type in the address to the DoubleTree Hilton in the Galleria, right?
Yeah, the guy is-
So you punch in the address and then it says you're going to be there at 8:29 and you're like, oh my God. Jason's speaking at 8:30. So Lauren's like, well, we're just going to be late. But anyway, we're going to do that. I was like, no. First of all, if it says 8:30, that means we're going to get there at 8, because if you go a little bit faster than the speed limit, you get there before, since it's a 3.5 hour drive. But it was like, then I seen that we had some minutes to spare, and it's like, do we want to stop at Buc-ee's or not? Stop at Buc-ee's? And I was like, no, because then I'm not going to get there in time, and then I'm not going to get a chance to meet Jason Woodward again after I almost met him 3 other times in St. Louis, and some other time I didn't get a chance to meet him. We're going there and we're meeting Jason Woodward. I don't care if he's on wants to meet at midnight or 2 in the morning or whatever it is. We're going to go there and we're going to meet with Jason Woodward. That's the purpose of this trip. That's what we're going to do. And when we got there, I don't know about you. I don't know how you are with parking spaces, but your buddy Ron is the type of guy that likes to park like 3 miles away from the place where there's like absolutely nobody. And I might walk like a half a mile to where I'm going, but I just don't like parking next to anyone. I don't like the way people think and the way they respect things. And they just open the door and smash into your stuff. And I don't want to get myself in a wreck, because I will beat somebody up for that. So I just try to park away from people so I don't have to get in a confrontation and kill somebody over that.
I mean, not just away. It's far enough away. It's literally BFE. There are vultures circling the sky.
Yeah.
You are in the middle
Just
of the
in case
desert,
like another
and you're
2,000
walking.
people show up to the Christmas Expo and this whole parking lot gets packed, I want the last spot. So I still will get upset if you hit my, I mean, that's how I am. I've always been like that, right?
Yes.
But I do it like that so I don't have to worry about it. You have a winning process, so you don't have to worry about some other stuff, because you already set yourself up for success and you don't need to be concerned about those things. But we parked far away. We went in there and it was like right at 8 o'clock. And as soon as we got there, we seen Michael. I called Michael Simmons as soon as I got there, because he was the one that talked us into going. But we talked to Michael Simmons. He was sitting there at the table with him and what we later found out was going to be Santa Claus. Wasn't he sitting at the table with Santa?
No.
The guy that dressed up as Santa, that was the actual guy sitting at that table, I believe.
No.
You don't think so?
No, I know so.
No.
That is I know who that is, and he works with Stacy.
That guy works with Stacy?
Yes, he works with Stacy.
You sure?
Yes, 1,000%. 1,000% sure. I just gotta find it. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. I do know it. I just can't remember it. Oh, anyway, moving on. But that was not Santa Claus.
Okay. So then as soon as we got there, this is like 8:05. So there's like, you sign in and then you get your badge and you go through, whatever that kind of stuff is. You sign in who you are, get your badge and stuff. So I get my badge and everything. And then as soon as I get in there, I see Jason Woodward was there with his little entourage. He was there with 3 ladies, I think his wife and 2 people that worked there. And then, you start seeing some other people in the lobby area waiting for the room to open up where we're going to go into probably in the next 10 minutes. And then you see Jason Guyman there. And this is our picture with Jason. And just so we're perfectly clear, I want to make this perfectly clear. Jason Guyman, he was there with his family. He had his wife and his kids. I mean, they weren't there. They were doing stuff. They kind of vacation together, where he goes on his speaking tour and they kind of vacation and travel together as a family, which is cool. It's not a work trip. It's a vacation family trip, but they also put some work in there because they're a working family like we are. So I respect that.
Write-off.
I don't know about the write-off. It's a way to hang together and not leave and come back. I respect that 1,000%. The other thing that I respect is, he is one of the few people who actually do something very similar to what I do. He is a social media person. I wouldn't say influencer at this point for myself, just because I don't consider myself as a social media influencer. But we both do the same exact thing. We do a very similar thing. And if you meet like a manly man, and if you don't know any manly men, just watch the Christmas Site Installers Mastermind podcast, and you'll at least know me, Ron. But these manly men, they're competitive, right? They're happy for each other, but they're very competitive. Like me and Jason, just like for whatever reason, Joyce is the person who's running the Christmas Expo, right? And she's like just like the nicest and sweetest lady. But me and Jason were like, no, she likes me more. No, she likes me more. No, she likes me more. You know, it's just nonstop silly things and competitive things. But at the end of the day, we wish nothing but the best for Jason Guyman, and we like to promote him. We've had him to our Christmas contractor kickoffs as a speaker, and we just let him do his teaching and his thing. We're all about that, and we like that, and I'm very competitive with him because I like him, and he's in my circle. So I just want to get that out there. And when we pick on each other, it's nothing but just trying to, you know, tease each other a little bit and make each other better. And that's what it all is. It's just a competitive thing and pointing out each other, giving each other attention. So that's what that's about. Just in case I haven't been clear about that, I must be perfectly crystal clear. But it was nice running into him, and then it just got real competitive as soon as I met him. It's like, oh yeah, well, there's Joyce and this and that, and you know, then it was just instantly started getting into some competitive about who could do more. And I hear we're speaking at the same time, and like rock, paper, scissors, who would have more. I mean, it just never stops. But it's so fun to be in a group of people who. There's very few people in the country who do what we do, and he's one of them, so we like that. Anyway, moving on. What else we got? We got that was Jason, and then so the first thing that kicked it off, and there wasn't as many people who woke up early in the morning to be at the first thing, and we did see more and more and more people throughout the day that, you know.
And the person you think was the Santa Claus, which is not the Santa Claus, is the guy right there in the green shirt.
Okay, this is the guy. This guy works with Stacy?
Yes.
Oh, okay. He does look like Santa Claus.
But that is not Santa Claus.
Oh, and the lady next to him also was somehow connected with Stacy somehow.
Yes.
She was
her
something.
entourage. Yes.
She had an entourage. Yeah, entourage. So this is like Joyce speaking, and she's about, I'll turn the volume off, but yeah, there's Jason. So me and Jason were standing next to each other. And I told Jason, like, I was like, look, dude, I got my high heels on today so I can be as tall as you. And then he's like, what? So I had my cowboy boots on, which, you know, they kind of give you an elevated lift. So you're like an inch or two taller. So Jason's like an inch and a half taller than me. So like when I'm walking around Jason, I don't even want him to be taller than me. So I got my boots on and I'm like standing up, like I'm like up on my tippy toes. Like
you puff up.
Yeah, I got my chest hanging out.
They got puff up.
I got my chest hanging out. Yeah. And I'm standing up as tall as I possibly can get with a perfect posture. And I got my boots on and I'm as tall as him. I'm like, look, dog, I'm tall as you. You know, that's how my family, that's how we always been. Every Christmas or every time you get together, you know, you see your cousins and you're like, damn, who's taller and who's faster and who's stronger? You know, it's just what boys did back in the day, you know. But anyway, let's get back to this. So going around the room and this kind of set it up. And she was breaking down, like, you know, the history and the 1, 2, 3s and ABCs. But then here's Jason. So I was going to say, like, hey, like, I'm standing next to Jason. And I was going to say, like, hey, Jason, do you want me to go up there on the stage and like get the whole place riled up, fired up and shit, and then I can introduce you? I was going to go up to him, but I didn't think that would be the best first conversation to have with him. Because if he said no, it'd have been really uncomfortable to talk about anything else for the rest of the day. So I left it alone. And then, you know, but anyway, we'll keep moving on. But I was going to say that. I was going to say it. But anyway, that was that. Was next. So he went up there and gave his speech that we started for. And I did meet him before he went on stage. We did talk before, and he said some things, and I'm not going to share those with you, but he said some things, you know, great to talk to you, and this ain't our first time meeting or something, but very nice. And I said, man, I really like to have you on the podcast. And he was like, yeah, we should do that. And I was like, yeah, okay. So we ended up interviewing him later on that day, which I'll talk to you about in a minute. But his speech was really tailored to the audience, I would say. And the things that he said, even though it may be a kind of vanilla kind of thing, it was well received because it was about maybe 20 minutes or 30 minutes, I think, is the core part of it. But he was talking about like the history of Christmas, like. And it wasn't just Christmas. It's like what Christmas means to people. and he took Christmas back to the very first thing that gave people hope in Christmas when it was first invented, and how it went through Germany and how it went through this place and then World War this or that, and how for a moment, in that moment on Christmas, the two sides could agree on something, even though they were at war and then they were back to war. But during that moment, they could get together, and history says they shared gifts. And then he went like to American history and all the way to like 9/11, and then how like that Christmas and how special that was. He went into coronavirus, and the whole nation is feeling isolation and what that felt. But that Christmas was one of the biggest Christmas because people still need to feel that Christmas, and how that, and that he's absolutely right about all of that. Mm-hmm. And then he just kept going through all these different things about how Christmas, what it means to bring light. And for that crowd, since it was, some people were contractors, but most of the people were the core nucleus of Christmas light installers that install the biggest and best displays in their communities. That was the core nucleus of these people, and that message I thought it came across really well for that reason. And it actually got me and Laura thinking about this. Before I go too far, it got me thinking about this. This is a mastermind tip, and for the few people who are listening and the many people who will listen later, this is America's 250th Christmas. Just like it was the 250th 4th of July Declaration of Independence, this is the anniversary of the 250 Christmases in America. And that's what this Christmas is, and that's where Kingdom is about to make this new video coming soon, from candlelight to LED, showing how the candle flame, I mean, back in the day, they put a candle in the window in the Bible days, so the priests would know that it was okay to stop by your house and bless your house. That was signifying to the man of God. This is a BC, the man of God, that you wanted them to come to your house, and it was okay for the priest to bless your house. I mean, it goes way beyond that, but going from the candle flame went to the incandescent went to LED. It's a full story. And this year, I would like to predict that Christmas will be bigger than ever. And the 250th anniversary of the first Christmas of Christmas in America, that's what we're going to be doing. But he didn't say all that, but he said something very similar to that, and definitely got me thinking a lot more about the history of Christmas in America. So great job by Jason Woodward. And look at this quote that he has. Christmas lighting and decorating is the human refusal to let darkness have the final word. So basically, let me get that picture back up here. You have to remove that picture and then add that. Okay. So this one was like, he put this up and he like did his whole presentation before he started, people were asking questions. He's talking about AI in business, and he calls his AI Walter, and he goes through how AI is helping out your business and things like that. And then when he goes into this, this was like the mic drop, like boom, mic drop. Christmas lighting and decorating is the human refusal to let darkness have the final word. And so then it was like, give it up for Jason. And then there was like, yay. But I'm like trying to pull my phone out and grab a picture of it. Right. And I'm like, yay, but get a picture real quick. And then, so then he took it off the screen. And then as I stopped clapping, it was like, and then finally I was like, I'm about to tackle him if you don't put that picture back up here. But one nice person raised their hand and said, excuse me, can you put the picture back up there? Because everybody was clapping. I didn't get a chance to take a picture. And what a great quote. What a great quote, I would say. What do you think of that moment? The whole, when he did his keynote speaking.
I thought it was good. Ron definitely.
What's up, Suzette?
Ron definitely has stars in his eyes when he thinks.
Oh yeah, I was a little goo goo gaga for Jason. I was just
see him as a successful, business person, and I don't get all. I'm not starstruck, but it was very good. He did a very good job, and I enjoyed listening to him talk.
I like talking to people who do what I do, and they do it on a bigger level. I like talking to people like that. It frustrates the hell out of me, the other side of that coin, but I just want to hang out with people who are doing better than me, and I just want to learn something. And I've had an opportunity to meet him and say something to Jason a few times, and I never did. And Michael Simmons said, out of all the people in the Christmas industry, you and Jason Woodward are the two funniest people in the industry. And I was like, Jason Woodward's
funny?
Funny?
I guess I haven't had.
I never got
conversation
that. And he must be super funny. Just has like a really polished professional presence, and then he's funny like in person or something maybe. So that's like, I have to talk to him, and I'll tell you about that one in just a minute. But anyway, moving along. Let me tell you why the Christmas Expo has the best foundation out of all the trade shows. I'm just going to tell you why the Christmas Expo has the best foundation out of all the trade shows. Is because when you go through, like, anyone who lives in a city, like if you live in whatever city and you said, do you know that one person that just does that big display, like the biggest display and the coolest display and has all these things? Not like, man, that's an awesome display. Hey kids, look out the window. Look to the right. Now look to the right. Look at that one. Because there's a lot of them, but look at that one. And then there's those displays. It's like, holy shit. No, stop the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car. We're getting this. You got to pump the brakes and pull over the car. The display's so good. And get your picture in front of it. So that person, whoever that is, you know who that is.
This is Walter.
No, not this guy. Not this guy.
Walter and his wife.
Not this guy. Just any guy that's in your neighborhood. This room was full of, I wonder what it's like to meet that guy who does that, and then have a room full of those guys all over the country where they're all in the same room comparing notes and talking about displays. And this isn't no amateur bullshit. Okay. And I'm not talking about Walter. This is not a fair thing for Walter because he's just one of the many people who just do it all out. But these people, like, when do you start putting up that display? When do you start putting up that display? And then I'm talking to people and they're like, 4 months. It takes us 4 months to put that up. And you're like, oh my God, we're in the same business. I mean, you spend 4 months putting up Christmas lights, and so do I. I put 4 months of Christmas lights of everyone in my community, and you take 4 months to put Christmas lights for everyone in your community. So it's really similar, just a couple words different, but it was nice to be in there. Imagine the Christmas spirit and the people who have done such extravagant things for Christmas, to see smiles and to do it for the community, and a whole room full of people like that. The core nucleus of Christmas Expo is solid. I like that. But let's move right along. So that was Walter. Walter, this guy has, what do you say, like 2 billion lights or something, or combinations, or he's a very nice guy. I would say his hearing is, they need to turn the volume up a little bit, but he's a very nice guy. He actually invented the tower tree. And I remember he was like, see, and then J.R. Matos was walking by, and he was like, hey, ask J.R. Matos, because Matos is like a celebrity in that field, in that group. Ask J.R. And J.R.'s like, yeah. You made the tower tree, but come on, I made it better. Like, can we agree on those two things? And he's like, yeah, you made it better. But these people it's the same kind of competitive thing. Like when I'm talking about Jason, they're competitive, but they're in the same like family. We're all part of bringing light and stuff, and it's all like one kind of tight niche group of rock stars in the Christmas industry that are doing just major league displays, award-winning displays, and it's just so cool. And this guy Walter and his wife, they were also fantastic, talking to total strangers and just welcoming people into the industry. And I just loved every minute of that. Okay, this is probably the most underrated meeting of the Christmas Expo. Most underrated person there, I say, that the product that he sells and that he's putting up that demonstration, I thought that was huge. I'm pretty sure that he responded to a post that I posted personally, and I brought it to Michael's attention, but a couple of people have different opinions of that. But anyway, Damon Hawkins was there, and I know that I invited him. So when he was I'll talk about the rooms and that mix up but later, but when he was in that room, at the same time, 5 other really cool things were happening. I said, I have to go and see what Damon's doing, because Damon from Steep Gear, he's a class act. It was the first time I've met him virtually or over the phone like 10 times, but that was the first time meeting him in person. And he did a demonstration to this guy. And of course he bought the shorts, but let me just listen to this real quick.
And we're at the Christmas Expo. Steep Gear's in the house, showing off some stuff. We got Peter here. He's, I call him my test dummy. Don't tell him I said that, right? Put your legs down. Let's see what happened. He just lost his footing on a roof, okay? But he's not going to go off the roof because he's got the sticky shorts on. And we've also created the sticky pants. You'll see that I may move a little bit.
So at this point, I'm like, you know, that's cool and everything, but I want to see homeboy do like a backflip or something. Like, you know, this stuff, like I want to see some like somersaults and then stick. I'm like looking for some action.
But what I did was I've kept myself from sliding off the roof, and I get to go home tonight. Okay. So there's just too many accidents. This is just another way, another tool, you know,
You'll be able to keep yourself from falling off.
So he had his girl with him and everything and all that. And I'll go, there's more to this video, but is there one where he's doing the backflip? Did we get to that point? Let me see. Yeah, because one time I'm like, man, stand up there and do a flip. And then he started standing up. And then Damon's like, whoa, we're not supposed to do it like that. Let me see.
You're higher. Don't hurt yourself.
Now fall down. Now jump off and fall down. Come on.
Okay. So if you had regular pants on,
so anyway, you get the point.
Anyway, he's got a new product this year. He has those
pants.
gray pants on, and they actually look like dress pants. He's also got them in khaki and tan. So you can head over to steepgear.com and check out those freaking pants. They were really nice. You could wear them to a job site, and then you can go out to dinner and wear them out because they're really nice.
They're really nice.
Really nice. I
want a pair, just, you know, I need the big boy collection. And he ain't got the big boy collection, but he got a nice collection, and those pants is definitely something a boss would wear.
He's very down to earth. He's very much,
he's super
Texan
cool
at heart. He's a roofer. He's been doing this stuff. Adjuster for years and years. He also does roofing now.
Now he does roofing, yeah.
So he's got the experience on the roof. He knows what safety means. And so that's a really great product. So check that out. Steepgear.com.
Steepgear.com. You know, we don't make any commissions or we don't make anything like that. I promote the products because it works and I wear it myself. If you look at me on the roof, if it's any kind of steeper roof, I have Steep Gear gloves. I have Steep Gear shorts. I don't have the pants because I haven't special ordered them in my size. But if I worked in the Christmas industry, every single day I'd have them on just in case. Steep Gear. It's just like when we came out with those pitch hoppers or something, the guys that work for us, like, pitch hoppers, nah, I would never use those. And then you're like, all right, well, just try it real quick. You know what I'm saying? Just try it real quick. And then they go up there with a pitch hopper and like, all right, we'll give it back, because you can see the wear and tear, like he's been using it. Nah, man, I kind of like it though. You just don't know what you don't know. And then you start trying some stuff and you're like, oh yeah, this is like safety stuff. Okay, that all makes sense. So yeah, safety. I cannot believe we posted this thing and some reason Facebook didn't have it. But anyway, you're going to see some clips of this one. Anyway, so yeah, Damon Hawkins. Love Damon Hawkins from Steep Gear. But yeah, we can go on this for days. Oh, this guy right here. This guy, did we get a picture with him? Yeah. This guy right here, he's like, yeah, man, so I've been listening to your podcast. His name is Kelsey, right? Mm-hmm. This guy, he was listening to our podcast. He goes, man, I live right down the road and stuff, and I've been listening to the podcast, and you said this, and you said, I'm like, oh my God, I had no idea people were listening to the podcast. Remember that? And he's like, no, I live down the street from you in Montgomery, man, and this and that, and I do this, and I went to the show that Stacy went to and got the Illumabot, so I'm a Illumabot dealer, and I do the light shows, and I do Christmas lights. I mean, and I listened to what you got to say, and this, and it was just one of those, like, it was like a very surreal moment when someone's like, actually, you know, like you think that you're giving back, and someone's like, no, I'm receiving it, I'm listening to it, and we're connected together, you know. And it's just like, it was so unreal to you know, meet people that even say that they listen to the podcast. It was crazy, but it happened. It happened, and he's a super nice guy, and he's super down to earth, right? And he has got a personal invitation of mine to make it to the 2026 Christmas contractor season kickoff. Man, get in there, buddy. Kelsey, looking forward to you, and bring your wife with you. Bring your wife with you. It's a family affair hanging out with Kingdom. All right. So moving on, those two are underrated. Now this dude, anybody know this dude? His name is Daniel Allison.
Mm-hmm.
You know him?
I mean, I didn't know him until recently.
Oh, I did. As soon as I seen him, because it was like, hey, I think I'm a little taller than you, dog. And then he's like, but he like, like Christmas people, like they're just smiling and happy on some stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm Christmas, you're Christmas, it's July. I got a Santa Claus hat on. You got a Santa Claus hat on. But let's be honest, my Santa Claus hat looks better than yours. And he's like, nah, man, I do kind of like yours a little better. And it's just that competitive fun thing. And we're laughing. And so that's why I took this picture right here where we look like we're the same height and stuff. But this guy right here, this ain't no first time person around the block. This dude is let's pull up something else.
Just be careful. So Daniel,
be careful. Don't get kicked off.
Don't get kicked off.
Don't get kicked off
was
again.
On season 10 of
episode 2-4.
The great something that's been canceled. You know what it's called.
No, the Great Christmas Light Fight. Yeah,
he
was
get kicked off the internet for using copyrighted or whatever materials.
No,
don't play the volume. Make sure your volume's muted.
Okay, I heard you the third time.
Good, I'm just making sure.
All right, so this dude right here, I mean, this is him, and this is their La Familia, and they got the greatest. I mean, he's like doing it. He's big in the symphony and orchestra, and the Christmas lights is his orchestra, and he was just a fantastic person. You can see where the news is reporting on his display. I don't know if it's that one, the Allison Family Christmas. And
they have a website. You can look them up.
Yeah, no, it's one of those like just absolutely unbelievable type of situations is what it is. But anyway, you can look at that on online. Huge people. They were in the Great Christmas Light Fight season. It was like season 10, episode 2 or something like that.
Season 10, episode 2.
Yeah, but just like celebrities, these guys, the alumni of the Great Christmas Light Fight is like, these guys are rock stars in this one, but every single person there did like a fantastic best in the city display. And it was great meeting this guy. I wanted to bring him this one. I wanted to bring him this one right here. Oh, we're at this one. I want to say, look, dog, I have first place house in 2023 in the whole entire city of Plantersville. So I'm kind of like part of the club too, right? I had the best Christmas lights in the city. There was no politics involved with that at all.
Zero.
And it had nothing to do with that. We make Plantersville, Texas famous because Kingdom Christmas Lights, that Christmas company's there, has nothing to do with that.
We were totally lit up that year.
There's nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with if I got more lights on my property than all the properties put together. It had nothing to do with none of that.
It was a good
display. It was
display.
just because it was a nice display.
Don't be down talking my display.
No, we have an awesome display, especially in comparison to this one horse town. And we have a Christmas light distribution center and people coming by, and we decorate the city hall or the town hall, better said, for free. We do the firehouse for free. We're always donating and our names all over the place because we're very charitable in our small town, and we really get involved in everything in our small town, and we give away things to help support the volunteer fire department and things. And we love our small town, and we want it to be a Christmas town, and we want to participate in any way we can within reason, of course. So it's always nice to be around people like that.
Okay, so get on to one of the best products that we saw in the whole thing that really, really is freaking cool.
Okay.
Are you?
Oh, I like the Let's Get Lit. This dude was cool. I like this guy. He's been following us on Facebook too. He's been liking all of our stuff, and he's now connected in with us. So we're going to be best friends in a couple of years. But we had a good start in that direction the other day. So this guy, what was his name?
Gilbert.
Gilbert.
Jerry.
Jerry with a G.
Jerry with
And
a
it's really
G.
Gerardo or
it's
something,
really
right?
Gerardo.
Yeah.
whatever.
He's like, it's Gerardo. They just call me Jerry with a G. I'm like, I didn't G. All right, but he was very. All right, so the latest trends in the
you
Christmas
skipped
industry.
it.
I think that what did I skip?
You skipped the snow.
Oh yeah. We're gonna get back to that. Yeah, that's when I did my little thing. Oh, I didn't put that in there. Oh, the snow effect.
Yeah. Wow.
Did I do that?
Slacker.
Yeah, one of the coolest things they had there was snow effect, where you take like pretty much an insulation blower and you can blow this stuff out there that looks like snow.
Let me.
Did I pass something cool?
share. You did. You missed
What's up, David
out.
Merle? My buddy David Merle's sitting at the airport in Chi-Town.
missed
He's
out.
on the way back to H-Town to get back here. He's like, man, I'd love to go on the podcast with you. We need to get back on that podcast.
Okay.
Let's go, David.
This is called Snow Effect.
Snoweffect.com.
And
Snow Effects.
Snow Effects is a product that you lay down. It feels like almost like
The first time?
It feels like the first time. Yeah. It feels like insulation that you blow into an attic. That's what it kind of feels like. It kind of reminds me of that. But you lay it on the ground. It looks like snow, and then it is biodegradable, of course. But you can get wet. It can last up to 3 rains or some crap like that. But anyway, they put this layer down on the ground like a regular yard, and it's like the weed barrier that you put in your yard to keep the weeds from coming up. And then they put this stuff down. And it looks like it's freaking snowing. And he says they put them in a lot of windows, and different cities have them on the ground. So they have like snow on
Movie
ground.
sets.
And things like that. They said they used it on a movie set in Colorado, which is a company based out of Colorado. They used it on a movie set in Colorado because they needed to look more fluffy. And so this was really cool. And it's a great thing for hot states like us to lay this stuff down and
Here, I got you. Let me share this other tab.
lay this stuff down, and then you got your freaking snow on the ground.
Yeah.
It's really cool. It was very cool. One of the best products I saw at the expo.
It was definitely like, this right here could be a house in Houston. You're like, there's no way that house in the upper right-hand corner is a house in Houston. It's just fake snow sprayed on the roof and the ground where it looks like there's snow on the ground. And it was something like $75 for 75 or 14
$79 for 14
square
I had to
feet.
look at it. It was a bit. Then whenever these big
75
bags.
square feet for $75 or something like that. Does that sound right? It was
sounds
something
right.
like that. I mean, it's like pretty much, for $600 you can have your house look like this, or something like that.
You can spray it on your roof. So you want it to look like, we got a white Christmas. What a great surprise for like the kids or whatever.
Especially if you live in Houston. Like this
spray
right
it
here.
out.
Look at this homie right here. See, look, he got this little fire hose and he's shooting it. This is the fake snow. This is the stuff that you seen in that bag. He's like shooting this on because he said like we were doing a Aspen, Colorado, and we were supposed to do this commercial and it was all set up, but there was no snow and they only wanted to do the commercial with snow. So they paid them and they put all this stuff down. Doesn't that look like snow on the motorcycle and all over the place? This is all them
totally
just
does.
spraying this snow. It's just this fake stuff that's a biodegradable product that's like snow, but it's safe for you. I guess you can eat it. I don't know. You can definitely step in it and make a footprint. I did that. I definitely left my footprint up in there.
Yeah. It's 22 pounds for $79. So whatever that, it doesn't.
So, and then there's something about this 22 pounds covers a 75-foot
It covers a 8x10 and 1 inch thick.
8x10s. So you're talking about 800 square feet? Is that right?
That's 80 square feet.
80 square feet. What did I say? 8, 10, 80.
So
Yeah.
it's like
What
the
am I
8x10 rug you have in your living room, whatever. It will cover that 1 inch thick. So if you think about like,
I was thinking 8 foot by 10 foot.
if you got 2 of those bags, or even even just one, and just a little spraying in the front yard for Christmas morning, so the kids can have a white Christmas. I mean, it's just a very cool idea.
I was thinking some of
Very
our wealthy
fun.
friends that are
Very
having
cool.
Christmas parties, because what I was telling the dude, I was like, if you're in the Christmas business like I am, most of the time about December 4th, everyone's like, man, I got like 1 or 2 more customers, and then we're kind of slowing down. There might be a little more, but Christmas hasn't stopped. It's just your service is really not that in demand as you get closer to Christmas, and it's only 2 weeks away. It is a little bit, but not like it was in November. So this is something that you could, kind of do Christmas parties and keep people busy doing stuff, especially for Christmas parties for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's that.
Yeah, very cool. I thought that was
super duper cool.
Super
All right.
duper.
What else we get into? We get into the restaurante.
So then you had your training class in which you talked about trends in the industry.
I did, and it was good. It was good practice.
It was good time.
It was good practice, and I was letting those kids know that was in there. I told them about something that I kind of stole from Ashley Garber. The tree gina. I was telling them about the tree gina, and because I was like, as I always tell people, you put it in the vagina of the tree. And that's what I was telling Ashley. And then Ashley goes, so it's really kind of a tree gina. And then I said, you know what? I'm going to take that. But yeah, so if you ever hear me say that, Ashley came out with that word first. So I'm kind of taking it. It was her idea. But yeah, tree gina sounds way better. So I'm changing my word track thanks to her moment of wisdom there. And she really just came off that with the top of the dome piece. So tree gina is the new terminology. And so I taught everyone in the class about the tree gina for about an hour and a half. And then it was only supposed to be an hour.
The class was an hour long.
Yeah. And so I was like, look, I don't have like a laptop, but I do have an email and some slides, but I don't have the laptop. And then Joyce was so nice. She was like, well, you can just use my laptop. And then about an hour, she sent one of her goons to get the laptop back. Not her goons, the guy that works there. And then he's like, hey, Miss Joyce said she needs the laptop back. And I'm thinking it's only been like 10 minutes, tell her to hold her horses. And then he came back and was like, well, I didn't realize it had already been an hour. And then he came back and then it was like, oh, sorry, here's the laptop back. But I thought the class was a 2.5 hour class. I didn't realize it was.
Way to win friends.
Yeah, I know. I dropped the ball on that one too. But anyway, it was a good class. And the people who were there in the class, they all said they got something out of it. Especially when you start talking about the tree gina, that's at least one takeaway. But there was a lot more, and it was fun, and it was a good experience. But I will say that I didn't ask for that. I just went there to meet up with Jason and stuff like that. But it was a pleasant surprise. I'll leave it at that. Moving along.
And then we went to dinner.
Then we went to dinner, and that was like a whole thing. The dinner part was weird. Am I right?
Weird.
Yeah, because there was one reservation at one place, and then there was one reservation.
Nice. We had a nice dinner.
Okay, let me do the talking here. Then we had one reservation at one place, and then we were supposed to like meet up with the Murphys, and then Michael Simmons is like, nah, me and Joyce want to have dinner with you, and then since Jason's here, we want to bring Jason and you and me and Joyce and, Murphy and stuff. And then so we had to go from one location to another location and have some plans that cost $150 to cancel the plans. But Michael Simmons called up and schmoozed them people into canceling it for free. And then he got us into this place. And if I can preface this, there's a Saltgrass right next door in walking distance of the hotel. Like Saltgrass is like an Outback kind of situation, but it's a Texas kind of thing. It's a chain. Yeah. It's like a Texas, something or other. So Mike goes, no. I want to go to somewhere nicer than that. I want some kind of like fancy steak restaurant, right? Not this. No offense to Saltgrass, but I'm looking for like the next level of restaurant. So he picks this place, and it was like, it was a very nice, to say the least. Tell them about this place, babe, because I'm trying to type here. And
well, we Ron and I and Josie, we went an hour early because we were just.
We thought we were going to a different place that we had reservations for,
Yes.
and then Mike's like, "No, I canceled those.
Yes,
Come over to this
whatever.
other place."
Moving on. So we were hungry, we were thirsty, and when I say thirsty, I mean thirsty. And then we got there and we hung out for about an hour and had drinks while we were waiting for everybody else to get there. And it was a very nice restaurant. We had steaks and we had.
Okay, so she
adult
didn't tell you the
frosty
story about the
beverages.
deal. Yeah.
I'm not going to get into all the complaining part because you just sound like nobody cares. We went to a nice dinner.
No, it was care. Nice restaurant doesn't even begin to describe how nice this was. This is like I wouldn't say it's the greatest spot in Dallas, but it's right next to like the fancy spots where, this place had been there for like, 30 years or something? What was the name of it?
Betty.
Albeti? Something like that. Albeti, something.
Oh, Albernette's.
Albernette's. This had dry aged and wet aged steak. I don't even know what the difference between these things are, but this is the situation that was happening.
Take off shoes. Those all. Please.
So the reason why we didn't go to this other place that was on the main level of whatever is because Mike's like, "Nah, I'm wearing my shorts." Michael Simmons, he's like, "Nah, man, I know that's a nice restaurant that you picked and whatever and everything, but no, I didn't bring any pants and I'm wearing my shorts." And sure enough, that place clearly said no shorts. So it kind of reminded me of this Donnie Brasco moment right here. We're like, "Take off your shoes."
What the fuck is that? I'm afraid it's necessary. It's a Japanese tradition. Is that right? Well, forget about it. I ain't doing it. I'm afraid it's necessary. Forget it. I ain't taking my fucking shoes off.
Hey, Donnie.
What?
When in Rome.
Hey, Nicky. Who won the fucking war?
Uh-huh.
Huh?
It was like this.
War. What war? Oh, we did. You want to fight it again? Take off your shoes.
I ain't gonna do it.
Donnie.
That's why I was like, "Man, just go to Walmart and get a pair of pants, man. That's where I shop." He's like, "Nah, first of all, I don't shop at Walmart. No, I ain't putting on no pants. I'm wearing shorts and I ain't putting on no pants. I ain't going to go buy no pants. I ain't going to put on no pants." And he was like, "All right, frick, just give us a table." He ain't getting pants.
Shoes off. What?
I want to eat sometime tonight. And take off your shoes. I'm going to chop off your fucking feet.
Sonny, what do you want me to do? You want me to take orders from a fucking Jap? Listen, I had to grow up in an orphanage because my old man was killed down there in Okinawa, all right? You think I'm gonna take my shoes off for this fucking prick? No, I ain't doing it. I'm afraid it's necessary.
Listen, my friend's not going to take off your shoes there, Mr. Moto.
I'm
And,
afraid it's necessary.
And frankly, neither are we.
Why don't you just give us a table before I smack you?
You must take off your shoes.
So this is us going into dinner right here. So this is Michael Simmons. He's like, "Look, dude, I'm not putting on pants, okay?" And then I was like, "All right, well, hell, we might as well just wear shorts too. Fuck it." So, and then he's like, "You're going to take us to a table." Like, and so this is kind of how we got into this nice restaurant, something like this.
You are ridiculous.
Yeah. Anyway, so then it wasn't exactly like that, but it was something like that. Nah, I'm just joking. It wasn't like that. No, what it was. Oh, I need to share a different screen back to this one. Okay.
Yeah.
So what it was like is we got there a little early because they were switching restaurants because of the wardrobe thing. And so we got there early, and as soon as we pulled up, there was like a pink Rolls Royce beside us, and then there was some other fancy kind of something in front of us, and some like Barbie doll chick come out with this guy that looked like he was a guitar player of some famous band. I don't really know who's who and everything. I ain't into that, but they got out of the, this, and then all these fancy people, and I'm talking about fancy people. It was fancy in that restaurant. It very, very fancy, fancy something like you see in Las Vegas kind of fancy, right? This wasn't down the street in Plantersville kind of restaurant. This shit was like, I got wet aged and dry aged meat, and I got this, and then you could see the chef in there, and they had us a private table that people who don't want to put on pants are allowed to sit back there. And we closed the place down, but it wasn't the cheapest thing in the world. But it was a meal that I will probably never forget. It was one of the nicest meals that I had. And Michael Simmons and Miss Joyce, we do appreciate that. Let's go through some pictures. Maybe we could get some more insight on about that.
Yeah, it was very good. Josie and I, we did a split where I got the sea bass and she got the filet, and the guy found out we were going to like split it or whatever. So they put half and half on each plate, which I've never done that before. So it was like I had my little kids' meal sitting there. But it was delicious.
We almost got kicked out of the place because we stayed there so long. They started putting chairs on top of the tables, and like there's nobody in the restaurant. We are the only people in the restaurant because everyone had left that was there before.
Our reservation was at 8, and by the time you have your drinks and your apps and your talking and your dinner, I mean, yeah, it's 2 hours. It's 2 hours when you do a fancy dinner with that many people. And
fancy, like the last time we had a dinner like that was also with the Murphys in Las Vegas.
Yeah,
but this one was, you seemed like you could breathe a little bit. But yeah, Michael Simmons, he was telling us his story, and the guys were having a guy conversation and the ladies were having a lady conversation, and poor Joyce was just right in the middle of all this, wasn't she?
Yeah.
She, every time she turned her head this way and she was listening to a really adult kind of man, the men's talk about some stuff, and the stories that Mike was telling was just like, I was speechless just listening to him tell his story. And it was a fantastic story, and we got to find out more about them personally, which is really good. I think the world of Michael Simmons and the heart that he has, and I can't say enough about him and Joyce meeting them. But the ladies were having their own kind of whatever. What was the ladies talking about? Anything important? Talking about guys and stuff.
We were talking about boys. We were
boys.
talking about
giving Josie some dating advice.
Yes, we were talking about just. The girls were just talking. We had a good time.
And then some boy showed up, like
we
magically you
business
spoke it into existence, like boys.
Other stuff. We talked about the commercial aspect, what we were doing for our commercial stuff right now.
Yeah.
And and then we talked a little bit about boys, and she's, she's in her 20 somethings, looking at careers and different things like that. So we were talking about life and work and that kind of stuff. Oh.
Yeah,
I'm trying here. My back hurts.
Yeah, poor mama, her back be hurting. All right, so yeah, that was that, and then let's go through something else. What else we got here?
That's Ron's fancy.
So that I was like, I don't want nothing crazy, just some surf and turf, I guess.
Did you get crab on it too?
No, that's a lobster.
Well, I mean, what's the orangey? Is that still part of the lobster?
What, at the top?
Did you get crab stuff
at the top?
Yeah,
the top. That's lemon skirted wedges.
Oh,
they're skirted lemon wedges
with the cream sauce. That's
that was a lobster cream drizzle on top of the lobster, and then homeboy was like, they put it in the plate, and then he started reaching there with the fork, and I was about to smack shit out of him.
Oh,
I was like, first of all,
don't touch.
You never take a chicken wing off a fat man's plate. Period. All right, that's something you never do, homeboy. Okay.
He was trying to debone your.
And then he
lobster.
was like, I don't know what the hell he was doing, but he started reaching over with a fork like he's about to take a bite, and I'm like, whoa. But it was part of the experience, which I was like, oh, it's part of the experience. Oh. Hold on 1 second. Let me cut this tail out of you. No, I'm like, hold on 1 second while I cut, your meat up for you. I'm thinking like, hey, me and this guy about to have a problem. But it didn't turn out like that. Oh, okay. Okay. And it wasn't just that. These people were on us like flies on shit the whole time we were there. There was like, because since we closed the place down, all the waiters were like, hey, I got this difficult table over here in the back behind the bar that just won't leave, and they just got like this $1,100 bill.
Not difficult at all. You're good.
I'm just joking. I think it was just like, come on, everyone. We had like 6 waiters on us at all time, filling up our watch. I don't know what it was. I don't know if they just know Mike and what a celebrity he is or what, but they were on us like we were the only people in the restaurant. And
kind of at that
point. Dang, Joey, what you got going on here? So that's that meal y'all were splitting, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. I couldn't decide what I liked better. If I
What
liked
kind
the
of
steak
meat
better.
was that? Was that the Wagyu?
I had filet mignon and the sea bass.
The Brussels sprouts?
Oh, Brussels sprouts. They were so good. I love Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, those were really good Brussels sprouts too. I never really liked them because my mom always, I guess my parents were forced to eat like liver and onions and Brussels sprouts and stuff growing up. So they're like totally against it. But Laura, the way she makes them, I love Brussels sprouts now. Liver and onions. I mean, I like onions, you know, but liver, I don't know. But anyway. Yeah. That's how Murph. We got Jason Guy in here. And then later on, this kid showed up. Well, I think we have a picture of him, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, towards the end, after our group picture.
Yeah.
But then he's in the group picture.
Yeah, he's in the group picture. So this is like in deep thought. This is what we were doing. We were just listening as stories were being told.
I just had to take a picture of, and I got all three of you in the other picture. But the fact that you two, the three of y'all, were not speaking was a miracle. It was like whatever it is that Michael is talking about, and they're all engaged and they're all shutting their freaking mouths. It really was something to see.
I told Mike, I don't want to get into what we talked about, but
that's okay.
I talked to Mike the next day and I was like, dude, the conversation that you had, I don't think I'll forget that. And then he goes, Ron, that was not a conversation. That was an interrogation. And then I started thinking, like, was I interrogating him?
I wasn't down at the end of the table to hear.
I was like, then I started thinking about it and I'm like, yeah, I guess it was more of an interrogation, but yeah. But we were just mesmerized at his story, and I wish I could share more of it. I'll share you a summary. But yeah, everyone's seen this picture right here, and that's the guy. What's his name? Tristan?
I think so. I was busy. I was conversing with the lady.
No, this kid over here. So see the kid right here. This good kid. He's like 20 something. So as they were like metamorphoses, they were just like speaking into existence. Like, Josie, you just need to find the right guy and someone who's really not the same as you. You're looking for the exact opposite of you to complement, and then you're looking for a guy, and then here come this little smooth ass little dude come through here, and he's like
taken.
He's like, what's up? And he came there to meet up with Jason, and he was just pretending that he listens to our podcast and stuff, and it was nice. But he actually said some really nice things about us to Josie. And Josie was like, man, this kid really speaks highly of you and said you're cool, Dad. And I'm like, I owe this kid a beer if he's old enough to drink one.
His name's Tristan.
Tristan, yeah, Tristan.
Little digging. Yeah, it's Tristan.
Yeah, Tristan. He's a good looking kid. He's got his stuff together, whatever. And Jason tells me the story that he's very successful in the pressure washing business, and he's in that area. And it was nice to meet him and everyone and get my picture with him. I think I did get a picture with him. But this picture right here was very interesting because this is when the bill came. And you can see I tried the old put the wallet on the table trick. Put my wallet on the table as we pass around this house payment and see who wants to take a bite of that one. But, luckily Mike came to save the day and take a little heat off of us. But it was a massive bill, but it was, I'll never forget it.
There's a bunch of cards flying around. It was all good.
Good. It was like, just put 800 on this. And then it was kind of like at the grocery store. You're like, look, just put 600 on this card and then run this card for 100 and then run that card for 200. And then I could pay for my Christmas lights. And it was something like that. Right. You say so. You have a broom. Can I help sweep the place? No, but it was a very nice dinner. Look at, it's me and him right here next to the lion. Yeah. He's like, man, let's get a picture. All right. So then here we are in the next day, right? So the next day we got plenty of sleep.
No, we did not.
We got home from the restaurant to the hotel from the restaurant, and it's like 11:30. So I was like, man, what do you want to do? You want to grab a beer? The whole lobby's just full of Christmas people. Even in the windows, they had some kind of like a Christmas a window decorating competition. People had Christmas trees in their hotel window and stuff, and you're going down the elevator and you're looking at all these windows that open up to this lobby, and you see Christmas trees, and you're like, these are my people. Like, these people are my people. I love this. whoever's doing this, whoever's involved in this, whoever's passionate about this is like, these are my people. And I just wanted to meet everyone. I wanted to talk with everyone. If they didn't want to talk with me, I just talk with them anyway, because they're going to hear from me, because I want to meet it. That's why I drove there. I wanted to meet everybody and just meet all these people. And it was fun to meet them.
Mm-hmm.
This guy right here, he was like, hey, Ron. We heard that a lot, didn't we?
Yes. I was actually surprised. That was actually one of my surprises. Like, oh, hello.
There were so many people that were like, Ron. And then I would say, but what's her name? But what's her name? Laura? But we had name tags on, so maybe they just read our name tags.
Duh.
Hey, Ron. Yay. What's up?
Come
and
on
like,
now.
yeah, it was so great, man. But just meeting the people, it was just so awesome to meet the people there. We met this young man here, and he's running a business, and he was there to meet with somebody and get some training, and he was going down through the Christmas Expo training program, and it's just like, man, I just want to stop and say hello to you, and I've heard your podcast many times, and then, I just wanted to get just take a picture together and talk with each other for a second. And it was just a bunch of interactions like that, people meeting and networking with each other. It was great. It was fantastic, even though I was kind of sweating in this full winter Santa hat, but it was nice meeting everybody. We even went in there and met with Heather Ludwig, I think her name is. She was running she had her girls there, and this is like before the class started, but she was doing pretty much all day for like 3 days or something. She was teaching these ladies how to do like every aspect of interior Christmas decorating. And she has like these certificates, and she has these people around the country that are like, she's training them how to do this. That way they could be a certified, Christmas interior decorator, certified people. And so she's pushing that kind of program on, and we poked our head in a couple times, and they, she had about 15, 20 ladies, and they all had whatever they were doing, like a little workshop, teaching them how to do things. And so I talked to her, and then of course, as soon as I talked to her, I made the mistake and started talking about my homeboy John Mark. She's like, yeah, and she's like, I make bows, and I'm like, oh yeah, well my boy John Mark makes bows too. And then it was like, we're promoting my stuff, not John Mark. And it was like, I know, but I just love him. I just don't like the way he cut his hair recently. But let's talk about John Mark some more. And it was like, just get out of here with it. Just get a picture. Just get a picture and get this goofy guy out of here so I can start my class. Yeah, something like that. But she was nice. It was nice meeting with her. And she was out there. She was doing a damn thing, bringing the interior decorating to Christmas Expo. So that was, I don't know if that was a new addition, but it definitely was cool to have that there. If you wanted to learn that. So then I popped my head in on Guyman, and he had some good old boys listening. I was turning this. He was, as soon as I popped my head in here, he was like, look, some people make $1 million a year in their business, and they're barely surviving because of, whatever the I guess he's trying to say, they were charging $6 a foot. They made $1 million, but they're barely broke because of their something. But that was what he was kind of talking about, just kind of breaking it down. And actually, when I heard him say that, I've heard him say that a couple of times, but it just kind of rang when he said that. It was like, yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. And then I walked in going, she was teaching something, and that was like the only class we were interested in going to, right?
Yeah, but it's at the same time as another class.
Yeah, but it was at the same time as something else we had to be at. And it was like, out of all the classes, it was the Stacey Jordan's commercial estimates, I think it was. What was the one class that we wanted to go to, like out of all the classes?
Municipality.
The municipality. But that was in the morning when we were doing something else or something?
Yes. That's when during the same time as Damien's. And then the afternoon one I wanted was.
Or we had to meet with somebody about something.
I don't remember what the afternoon. The afternoon was another commercial thing that I wanted to see.
Oh, it was in the morning, I thought.
There was 2 of them that I wanted. The day before was the municipalities, and the next day was another one. But we had something else.
Yeah, it was I'll talk to you about the setup in just a second. We're almost there. But yeah, she was out doing her thing, and she's like a freaking rock star. She brought a lot of big names there.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jason Woodward and You know, a lot of these Ryan Lee,
Mm-hmm.
you know, she brought, you know, some heavy hitters to the place, you know, that you would see at any major trade show. She brought these people in here, and you know, it was good pull. Good pull.
It was really great. It was really great, and I could see this thing going the next level again next year. So
I see it like 5 times bigger on the Christmas part.
Totally.
You know, if they make a few changes. And this was Ashley Garber. I think Ashley is probably one of the. It was like a lot of ladies. So you have Joyce and you have Ashley and you have Stacy, and they're all working together. And then you have my buddy, the only man.
Your buddy Laura.
Well, Laura, I'm talking about my buddy Michael Simmons. They're kind of pushing it, and you know, it's all Dallas, and then you get Jason Woodward, and pretty much all of Texas is being represented. It's like, I gotta go support that, man. I gotta support that. I don't care how busy I am and how I don't have time for this and that. You got to be there and support that. And Ashley was teaching like 35 classes about and she had her guy there that was teaching Spanish. He was a really nice guy that was teaching Spanish, but we sat down and I said, why don't you sit down with Ashley and give her an interview? And here's what it sounded like.
Lights, and we're going to talk about the Christmas Expo. So what do you think so far, Ashley, about this week?
It's been great so far. A little bit slower yesterday, but that's pretty common for shows like this, especially on a Thursday. Hoping for a great turnout today and even better one tomorrow.
All right. Do you think that you got a lot of you did residential training yesterday, or did you commercial?
No, I didn't do any commercial. We're focused on residential training right now. So had a pretty good turnout on our residential classes, made a couple contacts that I'm excited to chat with and help them grow their business.
Look at what they use for the tree holder. I wasn't paying attention to this, and then Stacy was walking with me and she said, look at this tree holder that they got. Do you see what it is, Bo?
Yeah, I'm the one who called it out. It's a reel with C9.
It's a C9 spool that they put the tree in, and she's like, I was like, you know what? That is a cool tree stand, and they had a bunch of other cool stuff, but you could tell them two ladies, they working together. Yeah. They working together on some stuff, and Stacy's got some people, and Stacy's the one that brought Jason Guyman in too, and Ryan Lee, and Jason Woodward.
I don't think I got a picture of it, but they have a really badass tree in that booth.
It's awesome.
In this booth?
Yeah, and
the tall one,
that one that has the fat leaves, kind of similar to Santa's Wonderland.
Yeah. Where she was changing colors on it.
Yeah, but the guys are like ready to go now, or are they?
I don't know.
Learning a lot, or
I don't know if anyone's really ready to go, right? even us here in 20 years in, are you ever really truly ready, right? But all you have to do is just get started.
Yeah,
same thing. Yeah,
totally.
Yeah.
There it is, right there.
Yeah.
So that this white tree right here that looks like it's white, they had something where it was on a remote, and then it was like all white, but it had champagne. It had like the cool white in some spots, and it was champagne. Or if you push something else, it was a different color. It was really cool.
It was very cool.
That's one of the commercial pieces they have, and believe me, the list goes on and on. But there was just a whole bunch of stuff. But yeah, that was a good interview. That you can see on Christmas Light Installers. Oh, is this
Michael Simmons? I'm here in the.
No way. So just an update. I did not give him a kiss. He did not have a kissing booth, but I had an opportunity. He said, well, I don't have the kissing booth, but if you want to just pull one in there. But I was waiting for like 10 or 15 people to kind of gather around to make a big spectacle. And it just never happened. So we did this interview and moved on. But if you don't know what Michael Simmons does, he's just freaking like a genius, since he was just a kid, just a genius. And he has this Tune 2 app. So it's not like a radio frequency, because some things with drone shows and fireworks, you can see miles and miles and miles away. So a regular frequency like that won't work. He created something for his own display that he introduced at a Christmas Expo many years ago. And this is what he had to say.
Hello, everybody. My name is Michael Simmons. I'm here in the Tune 2 Technologies booth. We are showcasing our app right here, which is an app to allow your guests for drive-through shows or any kind of light shows or drone shows to listen to the music with their cell phone and Bluetooth to their car radio or to their headsets. We also have some Minleon permanent lighting here that we're showing off, as well as the SPT2 wire caddy.
Now I'm like, the SPT2 wire caddy. Hold up. This sounds real similar to Michael Carey. I'm like, hold on, the SPT2 wire caddy. Hold up. I know I've seen this before somewhere. So that's why he said wire caddy. I was like, stop right there. From what's his name? Michael Carey.
Yeah, Mike Carey. That's right. Yeah. The SPT wire.
He doesn't even call him Michael. He's got him like Mike on a first name basis. He's like, Michael Carey. Yeah, Mike. Oh, you must know him better. You know him better than I do because you call him Mike.
Caddy is actually, a lot of people have been coming by and taking a look at it. And it is actually really, really nice. I am very impressed with it.
I'm like, okay, that was very nice of him to have a spot on his table to have, the wire caddy, because he doesn't need to sell the freaking wire caddy, right?
It's there because we all help each other. That's what Christmas Lights is about. It's
No,
not
but I'm
about
saying
drama
is
and
he
hurricanes.
doesn't need to sell the wire caddy. He's selling the wire caddy because he's being a nice guy, right?
Friends are friends forever.
Yeah, he's like just helping out Michael Carey. I like that. That was cool. I like that. Yeah, so he sold the wire caddy, and then these people, very nice to talk to. If you ever had a chance to talk to these two, they have an idea of a mini light that it connects with a magnet.
And it's called Lighticles. And they're 3mm instead of 5mm. And then,
yeah,
so
me too, Stacy. I was disappointed about the kissing booth too. You're right.
Every 3 feet is a magnet. They magnet together, and I'm not sure if it could be outdoor application.
No, she said it was for indoor, but she was like, when you're taking off the branches, she was like, you don't have to like figure out and untangle all these lights because you can just pull them apart and just kind of magnet them together. Mm-hmm. Let's hear what they had to say because they're super nice people.
Welcome to Lighticles. Our product is...
Yeah, this was funny because I said, look, I'm going to put some microphones on you guys, right? And so I'm just going to approach you right now, and I'm going to, put some, and so then I got her first on her lanyard.
Play it. You don't have to.
And then him, and then I was like, which one of y'all want to talk first? And he's very strong talker, and she's like, oh, let me just get in there first. Let me just get in there first.
Welcome to Lighticles.
Yeah.
Our product is first of its kind. It's patent pending. We have segmented string lighting right here. Each segment is 5 feet and it connects magnetically together. In each box you get 60 feet of string lights, but they're segmented like I said, which makes it so easy to put together, customize length, and reduce tangling since it's not 60 feet that you're struggling with.
Yeah. Leon, there's so many uses for the...
And here comes ShamWow. Let's do it.
You've really...
Yeah, the ShamWow, dude. We must have laughed about that shit forever. The ShamWow.
He just went with it. He just said, "Here goes ShamWow. Let's go."
Yeah, I know, Jenny. It
was awesome.
Developed an amazing product here, something that's probably long overdue. But you came up with this because the kids were struggling with the Christmas lights every year. You segmented it, made it a lot easier to decorate, to customize the length of your strings. But it also has a lot of other uses for wreaths, for banisters up the stairway, for the fireplace mantle, for bookshelves, for the kids' rooms, for college dormitories. So you've done a great job.
Yeah.
You've done a great job.
The best part is to take it down. You just grab all the strands and you pull it out either from the tree or from wherever. You don't have to just wrestle with string lights.
Yeah. Lighticles.com.
Lighticles.com.
Now, I can definitely say that when she was first talking about the Lighticles, it was like, okay. But when she said when you're taking it down and you just pull the lights and they all come out, it was like, okay. Now
you're talking my language.
Now you're speaking my language. Now you're speaking my language. And then I was like, yeah, that makes sense because you don't have to take up the whole strands around. You can just take it and pull the lights out and replace one piece or make it a little bit longer or not. When you're doing garland and stuff, you don't need a big long, 50 count or 100 count. you can just decorate it as you want. And they had like the little power box thing. That was cool. That was a cool product. This one was cool, except for one small thing is I put the microphone on them, but somehow the magnet didn't touch, and the light and the microphone actually never became blue and started recording. But here's a video of Stacy Kennedy, which is one of our favorite meetings there, besides Jason Woodward. Stacy Kennedy, and he's talking about canny systems. So no matter what distributor you buy, more than likely you're getting a product that's similar to canny systems, or it is a canny system product. He's spent a lot of money making clips and stuff like that. And I'll just because I'm embarrassed that I never got the sound, I'm gonna go ahead and sound this off. He's talking about, these are the Ridge clips. Everyone's seen these Ridge clips. Canny made this particular one. He was a pioneer on this thing. Stacy Kennedy, he lives in the Dallas area, but he does these canny clips. But look at, here's something that I didn't know. Like you can tell that, and I didn't want to point this out to him, but you can tell that I've been using the knockoff, because when he did this, I was like, holy shit, I didn't know it did that. Look at this. I didn't want to tell him that. I was like, well, let me leave this to myself. But yeah, I didn't know that. Let me see here. So he's showing this. This is a yardstake. Like you put it into the ground, and this, excuse me, is a yardstake. You put it into the ground, and this is the piece that comes out. But look at him bend it, and then it bends back. I was like, I didn't know it bends and bends back like that.
The canny does, not those knockoff ones. Those knockoff ones will snap right in half.
He was like, yeah, so for those people who buy those knockoff ones, they don't do this. But when you buy a canny, it does it like this. And I was like, oh, I got the knockoff one.
Yeah,
oh,
for real. Where's the one with the parapet? Did you take a video of that one?
The parapet?
Where he's got the plus clip or whatever. And then
so look at all these different versions of clips. He's got clips and these different parapet clips that's over here on the left of the screen.
He's got a hook.
He's got the Fred clip. So I did like a 10-minute long, I did a 10-minute long presentation about the Fred clip. And this is the clip that him and Fred Zimmerman went 50-50 on. And you've seen Fred like hooking it to the bumper of his car, and then he hooked it to, like, I guess it goes onto a gutter downspout. But I did like a 5-minute sales pitch clip on how you can also clip it to your ear, and you can put it on your shoe. And I did like a whole bunch of uses for the Fred clip. And Guyman, I think he's going to play it today, so we'll see. We'll see. But he's the one that took the video. I wish I had that. Anyway,
you should have asked him to send it to you.
I did, and he said he didn't have time or something. But anyway,
well, he's on vacation.
Yeah, you know what? I'll give him a break. He is on vacation. But yeah, these are the clips, and that's like different style clips that he's made. And Stacy Kennedy, when it comes to clips, this guy is the clip man. He's spent a life of inventing Christmas clips, and he's really good at it. And he's so good at it that you might see some of his clips with other distributors that make something similar. That's the kind of guy he is. And so then we left there, and then I seen Santa Claus, and I don't know what it was. Like Jason, he was just following me around. We were just like buddy palling around, booth to booth, you know. And so then Santa Claus came in, and I get real territorial when it comes to Santa Claus. I want Santa Claus off for myself. And this guy, I noticed this guy, but once he put his Santa Claus suit on, this dude was looking like straight pimping Santa Claus, like straight, like maybe beach Santa vibes.
Yeah. Well,
were you getting beach Santa vibes with him?
And Dallas is hot.
Yeah. So I was like, hey, Santa, come in here, Laura, and get a picture. And then of course, Jason, he likes the camera too. But so he comes in there, and then he got his arm around Laura, and I'm like, well, that's not fair. I'm going to have to get me a kiss. So I said, Santa, come on over here and give me oh, I don't have that. Yeah, we got a picture with him. Where's my kiss with Santa? Hold up. Oh, I didn't put that into this collection. Anyway, he was like blowing me a kiss, and you could see the lady who was standing beside us. I don't know if that was his wife or whatever, but she was like, hold up, they're not actually about to do it, are you? He gave me a kiss on the cheek. It was nice. I got a picture. I'll put it on Facebook later. But a super nice guy. This dude was like just
a good sport.
Super cool. Super great attitude. You can tell like these Brian Scott. Oh, Brian Scott was Santa. Yeah, this dude was good, dude. But yeah, he got a picture with him. And then what else? Where are we going? We got to move along here. Stacy Kennedy. If you don't know Canning Systems or Stacy Kennedy, this is a good dude. This is a good dude. Anyway, so finally, I don't know if Jason was like, oh shit, here comes Ron. Fuck. Because
most likely.
Yeah, no, I caught him like, hold on, let me move this camera. So I caught him because I've been calling him out all week. And I let me see here. Let's go. What am I trying to do here, bro?
I don't know. Stacy, is that the guy that was had the green shirt on the first day? Is that the same guy? Because Ron and I are discussing that Brian. He says Brian was the Santa, and I'm saying Brian was not.
No, they had like a real looking Santa the day, and they did all them. They did the untangling the mini lights and all that cool stuff. We missed that part. They had a full dinner and Santa and all kinds of stuff.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about something else. She knows what I'm talking about.
All right. Anyway,
so Ron and Jason, they actually started talking about all this AI.
No. So what happened was he made the mistake of going to like the little place where they sell drinks and snacks, like it's like a little type of like store kind of situation. So he's in the self checkout of the store, and I was like, "Oh, great, I got you." And he was like,
Ron
he couldn't whip out his credit card fast enough, pay for it, and get the hell away from me. And then I was like, he had his bag on the ground. It was like, damn, where's my bag? Oh my God, it's on the ground, and he has his foot on the strap. I'm not gonna be able to grab my bag. I'm gonna have to talk with this guy. It wasn't like that. I was very impressed. I mean, because the whole reason why we went to Christmas Expo is I really wanted to speak with Jason. And I finally had this opportunity, and you never know what's going to happen there because, you never know when I'm not saying that he's my hero, but you never know when you meet the people that you look up to. You know what I'm talking about? Like you might say, hey, man, I don't want to talk to you. And they may say something like, get the fuck away from me. I ain't got time for you. And then that right there would really crush you if that were to happen. I've heard of many people having that kind of experience, but this wasn't like that. He was like very talkative and he wasn't like listening just enough to get away from you. He was actually listening and having a conversation with us. It was really cool. So I started talking to him, and I was like, because at first I talked to him in the morning. I was like, man, I left at 4:00 in the morning just to hear what you had to say. And he's like, man, don't be putting all that pressure on me. I'm already kind of nervous as it is. And so I left him alone. And later on, I asked him, and I sat there and I interviewed him, didn't I? I went down through a bunch of stuff, and I said, Jason, I just want to tell you that. What?
I'm listening.
I said, Jason, I just want to tell you that out of all the CEOs in the Christmas business, I want to say that you got the award from me and Laura last year because you are clearly the best CEO in the Christmas light distribution business, period. The way that you handled that tariff situation last year by far was better than anybody in the industry, period. Most CEOs hide and would never even come out there. But the way that you did it and the way that you explained it, I didn't hear anyone in or out of this industry explain it in that detail. And then as soon as he said that, like that awesome way of communicating, the next day Trump was like, oh no, now it's something completely different. And we're adding these countries and those countries. And he had just came out with the video the day before, remember? And then it was like 3 days later, he came out with a whole nother one that said, okay, now here's what's going on. He did that better than anybody in the Christmas industry. And he got my respect as the best CEO in the Christmas light distribution game, period, when it comes to communicating. And that's why I wanted to meet him. And so I told him that, and I thought that shit would scare him away. You know what I mean? Like, let me get a restraining order against this dude and get something. But he was just so nice. He's like, yeah, man, it was really difficult. And we went through it, and it was a lot of, just down to earth, like just talking like peers, even though I was kind of a student, just trying to see what he had to say, but like talking like peers. It was a really good conversation. I said, man, I started asking him, I was like, 2 years ago when you went to China, and remember that video where he went to China and he was showing all the factories in China? I was like, dude, do you travel with like a production team or something? Or how did you, because it was like a professional video. And he was like, no, I just travel with, my people. I don't have like a production team. And I'm like, he's like, we just do all that in-house and stuff. It's like he just travels with, I was like, that's not a cell phone. That was like a professional camera situation. He was like, yeah, just like two people. He's with the same like 2 or 3 people he had with him. He just has 2 people, 3 people, and just kind of goes on the tour. I was like, huh. But he talked about that. And then I said, man, and that when you went to Cambodia, you did more than just Christmas lights. Like you put the whole perspective on what we're doing. He even talked about that in his class. He was like, a lot of people are like, hey, how come those jobs aren't here in America? And he's like, to be quite frank, that these are jobs that a lot of Americans don't want to do. But over in these countries, that these jobs, they're now they have a safe place to live. They have bathrooms, they have showers, they have swimming pools, they have racquetball or tennis, or they have, places where they can live. And this is like you don't realize the impact that you're making and how people are sustaining families. And he covered all that in the video. And I don't know, man, I just, for what I do for a living and the vision that I have, it aligns exactly with what he's doing, even though we're not personally, our businesses aren't intertangled or anything like that, or we're not getting paid to say anything nice. It was just nice to meet him, and that was my goal. And I was very pleasantly surprised. The whole entire trip was worth it for many reasons, but especially that conversation. But we went into AI and talking about what kind of AI that he has, and he just very candidly shared every kind of detail. It's a very good conversation. What was your takeaway of that conversation, listening to it, obviously?
I listened to some of it. I'm an asshole. I didn't listen to the whole thing because
homeboy.
I was good.
You were good?
It was nice seeing you guys chat and have a conversation. That was it.
I know when the conversation was over, Lars, she was like, look, I'm just so glad that he was so nice to you, because some people just listen just to get away from you. But he actually was listening and engaging in a conversation with you, and he's just such a nice guy. I'm glad it went like that instead of a different way.
You're right. I did say that.
Yeah.
I wasn't feeling that spoofy at the moment. So I was like, can you guys just stop talking?
Yeah. So yeah, it's like we got up 4 o'clock the day before after getting 2 hours of sleep, and we were like on day 2 of.
Yeah. And I had pulled something in my back, and I was not in a good humor. Even at that point, there was nothing touching it. So.
Oh, your back.
Done.
My neck, my back, my neck, and my back.
Yeah, for real.
So then the rest of the day was like that. But I would say, like, if I could give any insight into the Christmas Expo, is the amount of people that go there for the home, like the homeowners, and they're all like trying to do the best they can, and they have these huge displays that bring so many smiles and so much laughter and joy to their communities and stuff. That is established. That is established. The RGB and the different things, and the JR Matos, we got to see him live in his thing. I shook his hand. I didn't get a picture with him this particular time, but he had an entourage of 4 or 5 people follow him around, and you can tell that was his space, and those were his people, and that community. It was a very good, tight knit kind of community. But the Christmas light installation, you can tell that is a new expansion into the Christmas Expo, and I would say there was, I don't know, less than 100 contractors there throughout the couple days. But the way the classes were set up, it was like you didn't know where to go, because there was so many classes where, like, for example, at one time you have Stacy Jordan in one room, who's like the best person at commercial Christmas lights, period. Then you got Jason Woodward at the same time as speaking. Then you have Jason Guyman that's in another room. And then, we're in one room, and then you have something else that you really would want to attend, and they're all happening at the same time. Like if there was 1,000 contractors, this is the line. And then Ryan Lee, I mean, he's not a Christmas guy, but you could listen to the guy talk all day. He's just a business guy.
Good about leadership.
At landscape light, because all roads lead to landscape lighting. Mm-hmm. But I just think, like, when you have those, like, I just think that the fewer classes with more people and something like that, because you have your guy like Damon Hawkins. Damon Hawkins probably needs about 5 minutes, 10 minutes just to show something in front of a group of people. But you have the group, so it's a small group right now, and it's like divided in between these great speakers. I just think maybe if it was just 2 rooms, and then, you know, one room has to get set up like a rock and roll concert. Like you have 2 rooms and you have great stuff going on here. And then it's kind of volleying back and forth or something because you have your overhead and set up and stuff like that. I think that would be a better setup for Christmas Expo. But to say that Christmas Expo is heading in the direction of Christmas light installers is a good thing. The people that showed up and the support and the direction that it already has went this year is refreshing. And the core nucleus of Christmas Expo is like people who are full of Christmas spirit, and they decorate and they spend 4 months doing their displays, and they're striving to be better, and they do all this work for the payoff of brighten up their community. So we have a lot in common, and it was a good show. And I heard someone say it was in Vegas next year, but I forget who was saying that, but I talked to her and she said she didn't have any plans at this moment that she cared to share.
The 3rd week of July.
The 3rd week is the only thing she could tell you. Yeah. Maybe somebody was trying to speak it into existence.
They pushed it.
Is that the map?
They pushed it this year because of FIFA, and next year.
Oh yeah. That'd have been a show. That'd have been a show. No, FIFA. Is it FIFA or FIFA?
Whatever. So they'll have it the 3rd week.
Mm-hmm.
The 3rd week instead.
Yeah, Michael Simmons, you missed the Donnie Brasco reference. You have to replay that. Yeah, but Jason Woodward, that was definitely my highlight. And let me go back to some of these pictures because
So I'll have to apologize. You ready?
What happened?
You're gonna write it down. You ready to write it down?
Okay.
You said that the Santa Claus wasn't the same guy, but it was the same guy. It was Brian. So you're right.
Yeah, Mike was sitting there with Santa Claus when we got there. I mean, that was the magical part. When I looked at him, he looked like just like a TV repair person.
Yes.
Like he was there just to make sure your air condition was at 72 degrees.
Stacey.
And then all of a sudden, boom, he turns into Santa Claus. It's like,
I asked
whoa.
Stacey to confirm it for me, and she said, yeah. That was Brian. And then I had to go back and look at the pictures. I'm like, yes, it's there. He really did make himself look like Santa. The little twinkle of the nose.
Yeah.
It was the glasses. Or maybe it was the beard. I don't know.
Yeah, it was like one of those things like when we were talking to Mike when we first got there. It's like, hey, buddy. And he's like, well, you kind of know him and don't know us and
for
stuff.
A few minutes longer than you. And
And
I'm
that's
like,
what set it over the edge. I think that extra couple minutes, all of a sudden he's got his arm around you and the whole thing.
Now
No, I'm just joking. It all makes
I already
sense.
met Santa and I just didn't know it.
You just didn't know it.
It was like Batman or something.
It's like I saw mommy kissing Santa Claus type of situation. Yeah. All right, let's move on from that. So Jason, my little meeting with Jason, or it wasn't a little one, it was very important to me. That meeting with Jason was like the highlight of the reason why I got there. Besides Michael talked me into it, and then Joyce was so nice and hospitable while we were there, wasn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Not just the dinner and the whole thing and the little podcast, but the whole time she was making sure you were having fun, and she's like, let me try to involve you in some way. And she's, the whole thing, you can tell that something has crossed her awareness of, yes, this is a great idea to bring more Christmas light installation and have both aspects of the DIY and the installer thing. And you can tell that it's on the way there. And the right people are showing up and the right people are getting behind it. I totally see this doubling for the next 3 years until it gets into like one of the biggest shows in the country. I totally see if you continue with these same people pushing it, that's where it's going.
The goal is for 1,000 next year.
Well, the goal is to be the goal, Stacy. Yeah, the goal is for 1,000. The goal is to break the record of the biggest one that she talks about. That was 2,000, whatever, that they had the most was 800 or something.
Mm-hmm.
The goal is to get one more person than that. That's the goal. So you have the record-breaking one, and that's the starting point moving forward. We just broke a record this year. That would be the goal, right?
Okay.
Whatever. Yeah. No, I mean, I don't know. But yeah, 1,000. 1,000 be 1,000 one might wake some people up. But anyway, this picture right here is in front of this is a color changing cherry tree.
Yes.
But it changed. But the color that it was on made me think it wasn't, because it was on patriotic red, white, and blue. And I didn't think, I thought that was only static, but he was like, nah, this is this is an app on your phone for this tree. And I was like, an app on your phone?
That's pretty cool.
A cherry blossom tree that's 20 feet tall. Hold up. And then sure enough, it was red, white, and blue. Then it was white. And I was like, that's white. And then Joyce is like, let's take a picture by this tree. And I said, let's do it. So that's that. This is the picture that I got later. This is the snow effects. There was 2 guys with the snow effects, but this guy had like, you know, he got that little personality situation going on. So when you're talking to him, it was like you just done like 6, 7 beers at the bar, hanging out with this guy, you know, this guy, and he's like your high school friend from back in the day. That's kind of the conversations he has instantly with you, right?
Yeah.
He was very personable, like you knew him forever, just very good, down-to-earth guy. And so I was able to wrap. I was actually seeing Ryan. I said, let's get a picture. I said, but no, let's get a picture with me, you, him, and snow effects in the background, because I think that was probably the best vendor, the coolest vendor booth that I hadn't seen before. So that's that. Snow effects. Definitely check them out. snoweffects.com, right? Mm-hmm. That's Ryan. Oh, and then there's Stacy. There wasn't very good lighting in there. There was like, it was just the winder. I think it was the winder, and my face was covering up the light. Yep. But that was that. And yeah, so usually when we're about to take a picture, I'll say something stupid.
Yep, just like that.
And then Laura's like, what the? Oh, I was like, let's tell everyone about the tree Gina. And then you're like, what? And then I'm taking the picture or something like that. So that's what happened there. Mm-hmm. My homegirl, Ashley. And that's the last of the pictures. Okay. And that's that.
That's that.
So we had a good time. You're having a good time. We had a good time at the Christmas Expo. What was your favorite? What was your favorite thing out of everything at Christmas Expo? Was it the dinner?
No, I mean, I liked the dinner. The dinner was fun. Hanging out with Josie was really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Getting to hang out with Ashley and Stacy and all them. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed talking to them, our usual people, and meeting a couple new people.
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah, it's good because we kind of said we're not going to any more trade shows ever again.
And look at us now.
And we turned down every single one. As a matter of fact, Stacy asked me in February, and I said, nah, we can't do any trade shows. I just got my mind made up. And then somehow we went there. So
freaking stubborn.
You and your mouth. But yeah, so we went, and it was the right thing to do to support them. And I highly recommend and suggest that the next time you have an opportunity to support the Christmas Expo, that you take advantage of that opportunity, because you never know who you're going to meet. And when you have those people, like I said in the beginning, that do those, takes me 4 months to set up this display. When you have those customers, those people who do that, and you're like, I wonder what it's like to meet them. And then I wonder what it's like to have a room full of people like that. I mean, these people have dedicated time, talent, and treasure to bringing smiles to the community. It's awesome to be in that room, and all the people and their hearts and the way that they are. That is the core nucleus of the group. And that's a great starting point for installers to come in there, because the people are literally doing the same thing you're doing. But here's let's cut to a few of these clips before we jump off. This is wait. This is Matos, and this is some of JR's stuff. JR Matos. So this dude, when he walks through the Christmas Expo, this dude's straight up rock star. Straight up. Because I remember him at Clipicon. He's like, this is weird. Like, I'm walking through places and no one knows who I am. This is so weird. And I seen him in his environment. I see exactly what he's talking about. He's walking through Christmas Expo. This dude is like straight rock star and a half. I mean, everyone knows him and wants to be hanging out with JR Matos. So that's JR Matos from the Great Christmas Light Fight. And we've seen Allison. What other one are we missing?
I don't know.
Oh, you can't forget about my homeboy. You can't forget about my homeboy right here. Let me share this tab instead. And then you can't forget about Michael Simmons. So, yep. Can't forget about my buddy Mike. So that alumni, that I thought that was sad too, because I didn't really internalize this until later. But when the great Christmas light fight is over, like I was thinking about why was it over and all this other kind of stuff, like thinking that, like breaking it down on a business level. But the sad part is this room full of people that are striving to be of that quality, to be an alumni of the great Christmas light fight, and there's many people in that circle that have. It's sad that the show is canceled because there's not an opportunity for other people to get that status of I am alum and I have been there and I have, at least participated and been on the show. Now that, other people thinking, well, next turn, don't worry, Billy, it's your turn. And maybe you can, it kind of removes that for people. And that's kind of the sad part about the great Christmas light fight, when you actually see the faces that more than likely could be on the next year's episode because they have that great of a display. It was pretty sad. Now that I've seen it with my eyes, I was kind of sad for those people that they'll never get a chance to be the superstar that's alumni that have been on the show. And it was just another perspective. And I will say I did get another perspective from somebody the other day too. When that guy, what's his name, Josh, the roofing guy, the guy that I was telling you last week that he wants to start a new business, but he works at a roofing company.
Oh yeah.
Hankard or something. Yeah, Josh told me. Josh goes, "Hey, I heard what you said on the podcast last week." Well, I think everybody who has Facebook heard what you said on that podcast last week about me and the roofing business. And I just want to tell you that I feel like I'm the type of person that if someone pours into me, like if someone takes the time and teaches me and pours into me, I feel an obligation to produce and to connect with them so they get a return on their investment. I just don't have people pour into me and then I just, oh, thanks for all that, free information and all this other stuff, and I'm just going to take off and do something else. I'm not that type of guy, and I wasn't raised that way. So my boss has spent all this money and all this training and all this stuff and believes in me and supports me and has helped me out. I feel like I need to stick it out, and we need to work together since he believes in me, and we need to. And he was saying that and some more stuff, and it really just kind of stepped me back a little bit. Like
Good.
It kind of stepped me back a little bit, and I was like,
I'm glad to hear that. Good for you,
what
Josh.
What are you glad? Oh, Josh.
Good for you.
When he said
right,
that,
buddy.
I was
You're
like,
right.
You know what? That is a good damn point.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to come over here in September and talk to all my peoples because they all need to hear that. Because you're right. There's not enough of that. There's not enough of that. You're right. You're absolutely right about that. So you know what? There's more than one perspective. And that was a learning experience, to say the least. But, life is full of those.
Yes, it is.
And speaking of learning experiences, can we talk about the Christmas Light Installers Mastermind?
Sounds like we're going to talk about that.
Can we talk about the Christmas Light Installers Mastermind real quick?
Again? We talked about it already.
We ain't talked about this.
Oh, with something else?
Oh, this is good stuff.
Okay.
All right. This is the good stuff. Not the Tony Romo getting arrested. Let's get rid of that. All right. So we got share this tab instead. Oh yeah, baby. Here we go. Everybody. Okay, so if you're looking at these prices, 48 cents a bulb and all that kind of stuff, you have like a week and a half to take advantage of that stuff.
A week and a half. It's only 3 more days of July.
I already said that we're extending it until we get back from August, because August 17th, when we get back from the Bahamas. No, I've already made a public announcement to one person. But anyway,
you have not discussed that with your partner.
Since there was such a delay getting the actual website and all that kind of stuff done, I figured I would extend that till I get back, and just understand that when we're gone, we only have one person running our business while we're gone. So it's going to be a skeleton crew. But once we get back in, Christmas season starts. But you can take advantage of these prices for 1.5 more weeks. Just know that some of these products are going to be here in a month. But you can make your purchases, and we will have the website ready before we leave. So all that stuff I've been working on for 4 months will be there. But here's something that What's going on here? What are we doing here? Let me refresh
Your
this.
internet is lagging.
Yeah, your internet needs some improvements. Oh, I like Matt Staten. He's giving away like leads every single day. All right, that's this. It's not even playing. Look, it's not even playing. Okay, this one right here. So my buddy David Merle. Can you make this bigger, or is we stuck here?
Can you click on the post itself? It should make it. There you go.
Oh, okay. Here we go. So, do you feel like you're cheating your customer by charging them by the foot and installing 15-inch spacing? Like this is my buddy David, and God bless him. He's from Arkansas. You know, so the whole 15, 12 inch and what it's a foot is and all that.
He saw that he was number 3 on the engagement of the whatever the engagements of the group.
Don't you stick up for him.
You just put a little fire under his ass, and he's got to come with the most controversial. Here we go with this crap. I mean, for crying out loud, does your wife complain about 3 less inches? I mean, come on.
Does your wife complain about? Yes.
Does it feel
Yes.
like you're cheating her because you have 3 less or 3 more inches? I mean, come on, 3 inches. Relax. I mean,
It's really an inch. It's really an inch and a half on each side.
It's a lot. I know that's a lot, and oh yeah, 3 inches is a lot. And then you have the smiley face all day. Yeah.
Hold on. Are you still talking about Christmas lights?
Yeah, it's Christmas lights. 3 inches. What difference does it freaking make? Nobody cares.
Okay. Whatever she was saying, I agree mostly. All right. So
he's just stirring the pot to stir the pot.
he's not stirring the pot. He's bringing up a very good point. And someone's like, just give them a price and overthink it. Don't overthink it. Also, don't be price gouging on small homes. Everyone deserves Christmas lights.
Whatever,
You'll be
John.
rewarded and be a bigger man. You'll be rewarded by the bigger man. I guess that's a religious kind of thing. So yeah, just make sure you give back some stuff. Is that what he's saying?
Yeah. I mean, 15-inch spacing works really good on the house. It's not as great on the windows because the windows are more exact. And so those corners, if you're big on those neat, crisp corners, you may not be able to get that on that 15-inch spacing. But, who cares?
Is this Ed Dustin? Oh, sure enough. What?
Michael.
What?
You're right, Michael.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, no, then Ed Dustin's like, that's why I charge by the job. It clears up that issue. Next. So, yeah, you charge by the job. You don't charge by the foot, so you don't have that issue. That's another way of doing it. And then this one, Nick Malcolm. I mean, 20 feet is 20 feet no matter how you cut it. I mean, whether it's 15 inches or 12 inches, the charging by the foot is still the same. Just simple math. When you use 12 inch versus 15 inch, it's just a simple math equation, which got 7 responses. Because I said he's from Arkansas, dog. You got to cut him some slack on the math problems. It's like, man, hey, what time is it? It was 1:45. So damn, you gonna give me a math problem to figure out what time it is? Oh, 12:45. Okay. Why don't you just say that? That's why them clocks with the watches with the little arms, it's like they make you do math. People lazy these days. But anyway, then Chad, what does he say? No. 12-inch spacing is more bulbs than 15-inch spacing. So you can still charge by the foot, but be honest about what you're selling. But then some people would say this. Now, this is interesting. Brian Gray. Oh, look, Brian Scott's out there. What's up, Brian?
Hello, Santa. I've been a good girl.
Hold on. Someone said we're talking about... Well, we should have got that. We should have got that kiss. We should have got that kiss.
You did get your kiss.
I was on the cheek, so I guess so. Yeah, you're half right. So Brian Gray, he said, we never disclose how we charge. Charge for the job, not the lights. Of course, you need to know the other stuff to build the quote, but we never disclose how we charge on our estimates.
Yeah, they just package.
I'm like, well, how the hell do you send an estimate if you never disclose how you charge to the customer to the estimate?
Talking about his package, not by per foot price.
Oh, now are we still talking about Christmas lights?
I'm talking about Christmas lights right now.
Oh.
I'm talking about packages versus per foot pricing.
Okay.
We
Now
do
we're
the
tracking.
same thing. We do up to a certain amount of feet for
Now
a
I'm
single story roof line.
Now I'm tracking.
Relax.
Now I'm
Calm
tracking.
down.
And then this guy, Shane Williams, he's like, with how bright the lights are, I think 15-inch spacing looks much better. And, he's probably got a good point too. I like this guy up here, Ed Dustin. Do you know who Ed Dustin is?
No.
When I lived in Virginia, and I didn't do Christmas lights in Virginia. I didn't do Christmas lights. So I moved to Dallas, and I tried to do it one year in Virginia and in Dallas at the same time, and it was a failure, to believe it or not. I mean, it was just very difficult to do it in two locations and fly back and forth.
Robey was not.
It's from a lot of reasons, my inexperience and maturity and a bunch of other reasons, but it just didn't work. It worked. I did 120 houses in Virginia and did 250 in Dallas, but I could have did 350 in Dallas. I didn't have to go anywhere, as especially at the how I was doing it back then. But anyway, what?
Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Anyway, remember I was talking about Uncle Bill and all that, cousin Bill? Yeah, Bill. And then Ed was actually at the house all the time, and he was actually like a Mason guy. And I know that guy from Virginia, and it was like he was like at family parties and stuff. And I seen him like 2 years ago. He's like, "Hey man, you're kind of like in the Christmas business. Like you're kind of like doing Christmas on it." I was like, it was just hard to believe that I actually knew this guy in a former life. It was really cool.
That's
Ed
awesome.
Dustin, yeah.
Good job.
Anyway, let's see. I said, yeah, I'm pretty sure you can still measure
I
how
don't know
many feet.
Right, they are. That's okay.
But there's a lot of comments, and like
you got a whole lot.
someone's like, if you're asking the question, then likely your conscious is telling you something. Christmas decor introduced the concept of
That's a big
higher than 12-inch spacing on residential 30-ish years ago. Oh, he's got a whole big thing
the
here.
whole history.
Wow. Yeah, he did the whole thing here. It's not cheating your customer. Pick one and stick to it. Buy the same material. Use 12-inch on windows, and
there you go. That's right.
but then yeah, so he's got
12-inch on windows
they
is
charge by the
smart.
foot, we charge by the skibbity.
Whatever.
So you just need to say we don't charge by the foot, we charge by the skibbity. So that's another way of doing it, I guess. Yeah. And then Scott McQuaid, he is a very, like Scott McQuaid, if you don't know who he has a huge business, right? He actually said he wanted to come on the podcast like this week or next week or something. But check this out. This is when I read this, I was like, what? He said, why is it cheating? Why don't disclose footages anymore? Or we don't disclose footages anymore. For that matter, we don't tell a client we are going to use the tree wrap. We charge per item, period. So he charges by the tree. My team's job is to make it look great. I'm selling vision and quality, not quantity. And when he said that, I had to say something there. I had to say something like, so how do you do it? I was always amazed of larger companies, how they do it. You just price the tree, and then there's not really a specific amount of strands or a height that is agreed upon, or what? Help me understand that method of pricing. And then this was even more surprising. He said, we specifically do the canopy, and we typically run a little higher than that. Most of our trees average between 15 to 22 strands. As you grow, you have to figure out how much to make it faster, simply easier for the sales team to grow. That's a large tree, that's a medium tree, and that's a small tree. They don't need a sales team getting caught up in number of strands. My install team has to make it look good. And then, yeah, I don't know. What do you think about that? When he said that, that one was like,
everybody has
that's
their
crazy.
Thing. They do their thing. They have their thing. Whatever works for you, freaking do it. Is it cheating? No, it's not cheating. Just put a price out there, and that's it. You don't have to say by the foot. You do your packages or whatever. You're making a big to do about whatever. It's just a stir in the pot thing. That's all this is.
No, I thought that post was very engaging, and the things that people say,
it was engaging, because that's definitely
is
one of the
like
questions.
just kind of takes you back. Like,
Same with
yeah, we love you too, Michael. We love you too, buddy. Yeah, it was just interesting. If you can measure it, you can manage it.
You measure it, you can manage it.
If you can measure it, you can manage it. If you can't measure it, how the hell can you manage it? Am I right?
I mean, I could see that.
If we put 25 to 30 strands, we put 25 or say we put 35 strands on the tree.
I mean, we do it too. We say up to 16 strands.
Excuse me. We don't say a large tree costs $600 and it could be in between 20 and 30 strands. Because if you do 100 properties and do 10 strands on there each, and each strand costs $10, that's $10,000 difference just in the materials.
But we do that too. We say up to 16 strands. If that tree looks good with 10 strands on it, then we leave it there.
He does it.
He
does it large tree, medium tree, and small tree because it's hard to teach a salesperson doing it by the strand. So he just says small tree that he usually does up to the canopy and just makes it look good. Small tree costs this, medium tree costs that, large tree costs that. He doesn't do it by the strand because it's easier for the sales team, and his job is just to make it look good, and that works. I think the part that I always look at is when we started off broke. Like you see these young kids that are starting off with a $300 budget. They got $350 in their bank account and they spent $200 listening to you speak. And they got $150. Like buying company trucks and getting them wrapped and stuff and all that, it's not going to work for them. And like any mistake of you got 10 customers, you don't have like 100 customers to overcome mistakes. Like you have I lost on this one. I messed up and paid to do that one, but this one was a lot better. So all in all, my bank account's increasing. It's all working. I'm true. There's areas of improvement, but it's all working. But when you only got 3 jobs and one of them is one you said this and the customer makes you buy stuff you don't have to the point you paid to do that job, that could be the difference between you'll never even see the part of what you eventually could become in this industry because of a failed process. And that is a good, like right now, I could do the same process that Scott McQuaid does because we got the money and the materials to offset those, especially if you're leasing them because you're getting them back anyway. But if you're selling it to the customer, ooh, that would hurt. Putting an additional, because we've done that too. We've put on accident, the guys put 30 strands extra on a house and you're just like, dude.
It looks better. It looks better. So I had to put extra lights on.
Yeah. Hey, boss, no, I put all these lights on here because it looks better. I'm like, yeah, dog, but 30, that's a whole nother $300
I'm not
of
paying
lights.
you for those extra lights because they didn't pay me for those extra lights. But
And
yeah,
now I
it
got to
looks
pay
better.
someone to take them down too.
looks
It's like the
better.
whole thing. It's like, but it happens. And when
It
it
does
happens, what you do is say, that hurt. And I don't want to make that mistake again. So we're going to put it into our process that if you're doing a 17 strand tree or whatever, you take 17 strands and put them at the base of the tree and leave the other ones away from it. That way, when you get to 17, you need to ask permission to get more so I can communicate with the customer and make sure it's okay with them. You develop these processes so you don't have to worry about those things. The things that you're sitting here worried all day about them is because your process makes you worry about those things because you don't have it figured out. Once you figure out how to avoid worrying about all these things, your life is so much better. And then you grow and you worry about other stuff like scaling issues, issues in scaling to higher numbers. But yeah, the different ways that people do business, I guess there's many ways to get the job done.
Absolutely. You got Rottweilers and you got Chihuahuas. It just depends on what kind of dog you got.
You can do it from the roof or you can do it from the ladder, and either way will do it. But the guys on the roof do it like 5 times faster. But the guys who are not as comfortable on the roof, they do it from the ladder. They still get it done, but it takes them way longer, right, from the ladder. But as long as it doesn't matter, in part of our 3 rules of safety. Rule number 3 is there's a lot of ways to do it. Just make sure that the way that you do it is a safe way of doing it. Right.
Yeah.
And that's a fact.
And that's
All right.
a fact.
That's a fact. Make sure you're doing it in a safe way. Just whatever it is, whatever way you do it, just make sure you're doing it in a safe way. And that's the only thing we care about. Speed means nothing to us. I would never, this is from business owner to business owner. I'm a bully in some ways. People will say that. People will agree with that and say he's a bully. He's very alpha male-ish. He's really doesn't take no for an answer. He's really aggressive. I will get that. I'll take that. I'll take that on me. I'll take that on me. But never, not one time in my life, not ever, have you ever heard me say, get up on that roof and quit being a little bitch? Hey, man, nah, man, come on, dog. Come on, man. Just get up there. No, I know it's sketchy. Just do it. I never, ever, ever, ever have I ever said that. I couldn't live with myself if something happened. Anytime someone feels uncomfortable and they don't feel comfortable on that roof, I never gas them up to do it. Never. Right, babe?
That's true.
I just, if you can't do it, I'm going to send someone else. We're only paying one person for the completed job.
So if you can't do it, don't even start.
Maybe you can work something out with that other crew or something or whatever, but nobody wants to go over there and work for just those 10 bulbs that you were too scared to do. And I get it. I
think in the last 8 years, we've only had that happen twice.
But we hire like the same roofers every year, though, so it's different.
The same guys coming in.
And if we don't have the same guys, they're related. They're like, this is my cousin. You know, we worked together 5 years ago, and something happened, so he wants to work with us. And you know, those things have been really good. And we love. I'd say our Christmas light business is pretty much on autopilot right now as far as residential. But we're trying to increase the commercial part. But then once I started doing coding, Claude, Fable, which I'm not really that impressed with Fable with the stupid government restrictions that it has on it. They ruined it. China is like catching up and passing us because they don't have the restrictions, and any business owner, they're like the one that they're using from China is better without all the guardrails and crap. But with Fable and now Codex is doing better. I mean, I'd rather just code and not do Christmas lights. I'd love to do that. So that's my retirement plan in the next 5 years. That's what I'd like to do for a living. That's what I've been doing. But yeah, you don't realize how much you've been staring at a computer until you kind of step out the office for a second. It's like, oh my God, this is the first time I've seen the sunlight in like a week. Think about that. Like, wow, dude. It's like I'm turning into I'm gonna need a pocket protector if I keep this up. Right, Ben?
Yeah.
So yeah, this trip to Miami and then going to the Bahamas is well needed. I need a suntan. I wouldn't say I need a drink in my hand. By the way, I will say how great I did at Christmas Expo. I did not smoke any weed. I did not bring a vape pen. No, I didn't.
I think you forgot it is the only reason.
I brought it, and I forgot I brought it because I put it in the suitcase just to be a good person, and I forgot I brought it. But either way, it was good that I didn't smoke it because when I smoke that, I get real crazy. But forgetful and hard to have a conversation with, which whatever. But anyway. I'm glad I didn't bring that. And at the dinner, I did not order any drinks. No drinking, no doing crazy stuff. So I am proud of myself for doing that. I took it seriously. Even if it was on accident, I took it seriously.
It was good. You did a good job with that.
Yeah. So, yeah, me and Jason, there was a small competition about who was Joyce's favorite. And I think I won that. So we'll leave it at that. But it was very nice to see all my Christmas peeps. It was very nice to be invited out there around people. If I rubbed you the wrong way, it was not on purpose. It's just sometimes I just can't control myself. I just got to keep on talking. So, that's what's up with that. And then what else we got going on? We got something else, right? Let me see what we got here.
I don't know.
All right, we're going to teach a lesson today. Oh, we have an unboxing.
It's been 2.5 hours. What do you got now? What's up now? Unboxing. Yeah, get your box. Get your little box.
Yeah, I was supposed to do this at the beginning of the show.
We got this in the mail today.
And this piece of mail here. This piece of mail here came from Andy Holst. I thought this came from
Peter.
Oh, Peter Brenner. This came from Peter Brenner from Wintergreen. Damn, I need like freaking reading glasses. Holy shit.
You have them on your desk.
Let me open up this box and see what we got here. Oh, it's got a letter in it? Oh, it's got a letter. Thank you for supporting our business. Look what it is. It's a wintergreen hat. Oh, it's got the fancy. It's not a snapback. It's got this fancy.
A nice hat.
Wow.
That's a nice hat.
Wow.
Like I like that thing, the little offset on there, and it's also got the fancy. Oh yeah, that's nice. Now I need to get some hats. Crap.
All right, look at that. I got my wintergreen hat on. Huh? See, now I got a good side. Like everybody's like, hey, no, you want to take a picture and get my good side? Now I got my good side. Yeah. So I got me a wintergreen hat. Like I said, if you send me a picture, if you send me a hat, I'll wear it on the show, bud. You send me a hat, wintergreen, I'll wear it on the show. Thank you, Peter Brenner from Wintergreen, for sending that hat. Here's a trivia question. Anybody want a free ticket to the 2026 Christmas light Christmas Contractor season kickoff? I have a question for you.
Has Merle's flight took off already?
No, Merle's in the air, so we can't do it.
Oh,
yeah, he's definitely got to pay to
poor
show up if you
baby.
don't. Yeah. Anyway, when is Santa's birthday? That's a good question. When is Santa's birthday?
When is Santa's birthday?
Mm-hmm.
And that's a lock.
And that's a lot. When is Santa's birthday? Anybody know that one?
I know when Santa's birthday is.
Me too. And me too. Santa's birthday is August 12th. August 12th. No one got that one. All right. So let's move along. What?
Nobody got it. Oh, yeah, no ticket.
Nobody got it. Sorry. All right. So moving along. We'll have to do something later. We'll do something. Unboxing of the hat. We got
You
that
want to
one.
know like when Saint Nicholas's birthday was?
Not important, but yeah. I do.
Saint Nicholas is March 15th. That one I do know. And
March,
I also know
is it March 15th?
I also know when Ronald's birthday is as well. But March 15th is Saint Nicholas's birthday.
I should have worn my Christmas suit, right? I should have worn mine. I like this hat. It actually looks pretty good on me. It's like a nice, but it needs a sticker on it because like where I come from, you got to keep the sticker on here so everyone knows it's new.
And then it gets all stained. Then you take the sticker off and it looks like crap.
Then it looks
no
like
sticker is good.
Yeah, you got to have the sticker so everybody knows it's new. Yeah. So anyway, oh, this is something I have. Let me back. You got to back that thing up, put it in reverse, let daddy load it up. So we got all around the world. We forgot to show this one. Damn, I've been slipping on this one.
Yeah.
What?
You are slipping.
I'm slipping like a mofo on this one. I got two more things and then I'll get you out of here. What am I doing here? Share this tab instead. All right, so just a recap of the last 7 days. You see that 7 days?
It looks the same as last week. Is it more?
There's more people in England, and there's more people that are listening to the actual RSS feed on Spotify and Amazon Music and all that. We still got some people in England listen, 2 people in Africa. This one is 1 person in China. I thought there was 4 people in 4 places in Australia, and then a couple people around the country. So in the last 7 days have heard our RSS feed podcast. So that's good. I mean, if you take it down to 365, I mean, you'll see it's, pretty much the same. But yeah, over here, I guess whoever that was in this section didn't listen last week. But we got Europe and we got America, in the last year. But basically, in the last 7 days is the only thing I care about. Who's listened in the last 7 days? And that is not an accurate thing of 7 days. But anyway, yeah, so in 7 days, that's what's up. Let me go through it. We're up 3%. And yeah, so this is the last 7 days right here. So yeah, we're doing pretty good. We got people across the country listening to After the Fact. I do like that. What else do we got? All right, now we're photos from Christmas Expo, RS around the world. Okay, last thing. Now we're going to be teaching. I want Laura to do some teaching.
Oh crap! I don't even know what we're teaching about. What are we talking about now?
Let's talk about, baby. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that make me. Let's talk about. You remember that one?
Yes, I remember that.
Okay.
What are we talking about?
Okay, we're going to be talking about something right here. This one is the seasonal knowledge. This is my favorite post of the week from on the Christmas Light Installers Mastermind. I stopped doing the tip of the day, and I think it's more engaging to have a question of the day, right?
Okay.
Am I right?
Okay.
Yeah. So the question of the day is really not even a question because I didn't ask a question till the very end. But let me pull up the question of it. You can read along with me. If you just go to the Christmas Light Installers Mastermind and you pull up there's a lot of people who do you have that? Can you pull up that post?
I'm looking for it. I didn't know I had a.
It's that's way in there. Oh, by the way, you see how you can decorate the White House?
It's that time of year.
Yeah, last year we said it. A lot of our friends tried it, but they didn't. There was no dice.
Yeah, we don't really have time for all
Yeah,
that.
the White House you could decorate for free, and then here's this homegirl right here actually did it, and this shows you. This was showing you pictures of her experience of the decorators, and they all went in there.
Fun.
This was, I think, some of these pictures because she was doing it. It looks like Joe Biden was in the office when she was doing it, so I'm not sure.
That tree alley thing. That's definitely Alania.
Is it? Well, no.
So where's
the
this
pictures
question of
of
the day
this
thing?
personal lady who shared pictures on Facebook. She was sharing these pictures. See, like this is. I don't know if this is a current picture just because I've seen this one, but apparently she's been into the game a couple years.
She's been there a few times. She's
this lady
reapplied a few times.
Yeah. This ain't her first rodeo, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, so I did post her pictures of kind of what the idea of what they're doing. It looks like an interior decorating thing. Speaking of which, one of the things at Christmas Expo is they had that gallon of milk on top of a Christmas tree. And they had that Christmas tree thing that you can put something heavy on top of it. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
We talked with them people and we said, I'm coming back tomorrow with the microphones and the camera.
And then they weren't there.
And then she says, okay. And then they were there. And then as soon as they seen me coming around the corner, they said, oh shit. And they took off. No, I'm just joking. That didn't happen. Anyway, so yeah, this is kind of the stuff that decorating the White House. That's the kind of stuff that you would be looking forward to.
I found your post. It is very long. Like your seasonal lessons of the day or whatever. It's huge. And like you really.
What the hell is that? This is from like.
Keep going down. It's past Josh.
Is this because of David Merle's doing this?
Yeah. He's making comments on every single post from back in the day. So
why?
Because he was on number 3. I told you that in the beginning.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to hear you say it again.
Keep going.
This chick right here. She's got a badass video.
Just a little bit further, and then there
right
it is.
Here. All right, this one right here. So basically, it's a story of Ron Callan. I mean, this guy that worked with us. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I skimmed through this thing where you were talking about.
Right quick lighting and showing up. Yeah. So, how much is one season of experience really worth in the Christmas lighting industry? When you first start, let me pull this over here so I can see it over here. When you first start, you learn an incredible amount of what works, what does not work, and what's actually going to take to survive the season. Then the second season comes. Most companies grow quickly, sometimes doubling, many times doubling. And suddenly the lessons are completely different. More customers, more employees, more vehicles, more inventory, more callbacks, and more opportunities for small mistakes to become expensive problems. Then the next season teaches you something new again. A company completing 100 homes does not necessarily have 5 times more experience than a company completing 20 homes. Volume matters, but there's another kind of experience that can only come from surviving multiple seasons. What?
I thought I just read somebody's comment about the milk.
Oh, what does it say?
I told them they should give the milk away at the end of the weekend.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and this cottage cheese or something, right?
No.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry. As you were.
Yeah, I was thinking a gallon of water, but the milk was like, that can't be good. Yeah. But anyway, every season has its own challenges: tariffs, coronavirus, immigration, and labor issues. Tell me about that.
You want me to talk about
Supply shortages, storm damage, weather delays, equipment failures, rapid growth, employee turnover. Yeah, remember, and I'm gonna keep reading down here, but I want you to engage here. You just cut me off when you have something to say. Even when you believe you have your business running on replays, something can change the entire game. I could talk about this all day, and I really could, but I want to share a personal example. During the 2014 season, I had an Army Ranger, former drill sergeant, and undercover police officer working for me. This dude was a bad mofo. There was something that happened that he was no longer a police officer, but he was, I'm telling you, this dude was a methodical ABC 1, 2, 3 guy. His name is Ron. And he was very tough. He was capable and somebody you would definitely wanted beside you when things got difficult. I mean, this dude was like rappelling up roofs and just stuff I hadn't seen before in 2014. The way that this guy was, maneuvering of military tactics and working all night and all day and sleeping in the truck and just making as much money as possible. This was like kind of the birthplace that really kind of birthed me into, this is the kind of work that I'm requiring from everyone, which is unrealistic expectation. But when you meet people like this, it's like they're unicorns, people who think like that and work like that. And at the time, he was our best installer. Later, when I relocated, is one way of saying it, to Houston in 2018 and started over from scratch with only 4 seasons of industry knowledge. And we didn't start off with any, we had to borrow money to buy a laptop. I mean, it was crazy. But anyway, within 2 years, we had rebuilt the company, surpassed our, my personal previous progress, and developed entire systems based on everything that we had learned, right? When we finally made it to 2020, like when we're finally like, hey, I was like, hey, Ron, we finally got this Christmas thing kicked off, bro. And I got reestablished in Houston. And I know that you're doing whatever. But he was working for a roofing company at the time, like a big commercial roofing company. And he was like the head guy kind of thing or whatever, something like that, the director of something or other. So I was like, why don't you come down into Christmas with us? And the interesting part about that is when he was going to come back in 2020, he wanted to run the whole entire company the way that I had done it in 2014, like the way we communicated with this certain chat app and the way that I paid people and the way that we submit payroll and the way that we schedule people in 2014 over these text message things. That's how he wanted to run the company. And I was like, dog, we don't do it like that anymore. Like, I get it that it makes sense and it was successful and it worked and it was a good season, but we don't do it like that for these reasons. And I don't even have time to explain all the reasons. I'd be here for 3 years because that's how long it took me to learn these lessons. We don't do it like that anymore. We do it this way. And 2020 was our best season, remember?
Yes.
All right. Now, tell me the next part. 2020 was our best season, even though there was a huge hurricane in Louisiana that attracted most of the local roofers we use for Christmas light installers. You remember that? Mm-hmm. We thought, like most of y'all don't know this because you're not in the Christmas game like we are. We thought that, we had, this guy, and this guy. We had like 6 crews running fencing, which it turned into like 2 crews at the end because the Christmas guys just got tired of building fences and went back to roofs, but we tried to keep them busy if they wanted to work with us until they found something else. We did that. We were very nice about that. But in 2020, we had like 12 crews that we had locked in that we thought that these 12 crews were going to make it. And then there was this storm in 2020 that happened in Louisiana. What was the storm?
I don't remember what the storm was called, but we had this huge storm and all of the roofers that have been working for us for the last 3 years decided to leave.
They all left. Except for 2.
In September.
Wilmer stayed, and I think Juan stayed. Juan was like, no, they want me to go there and do the blue tarps.
But he didn't want to be away from his family because his wife was pregnant.
His wife was pregnant, And
so was the other one's wife.
But one of the pregnant wives, he said, I don't care if she's pregnant or not. I'm going to go get this money. Yeah, but
and he's not married anymore.
He's definitely maybe remarried, but anyway, he's definitely not married to her anymore. But anyway, so Juan stayed home, and I think one more. What's his name? Wilmer stayed home.
Yes.
So we went from 10 crews to 2 crews that year, and then it was like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? Who the hell are we going to hire now? And it was like we had to replace everyone, and it was nice having Ron there. The other Ron, R2, the other Ron. It was nice having Ron there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because I didn't have time to do like 8,000 interviews. I would just bring them in, and Ron would, go through the 1, 2, 3s of whether they were, worth installing and or being installers, and then whatever. And then we also were very lucky and fortunate to have what's his name, the guy that was on the video, the famous one, Juan Romero. He's like, look, my friend, I've called like these 30 people, my friend, and I've called them. I talked to Jose, I talked to Juan, I talked to Frederick, I talked to this. And I said, well, what about James Smith? He said, nah, man, I do talk to him, my friend. He speaks English. And I said, well, what do you do like when someone calls and they like want to speak English? Nah, man, they speak English. I hang up the phone. I was like, what? No wonder there's fucking nothing but like people who only speak Spanish here. I was like, are you serious? Yeah, man, I don't feel comfortable talking to English to people. So they speak English. I just hang up with the phone. I was like, all right, Ron, look. We're going to get this thing going where he's going to talk to the Spanish ones, and if they speak English, he's just going to give you the number and you call them. Okay. I mean, it was like, I can't believe he just said that, but yeah, remember that was 2020.
Yes.
And we had the most, we didn't make the most money that year, but we did the most properties that year. We did 643 commercial and residential combined properties. About maybe 15% was commercial, but we did that in 2020. And after that year, it was just no doubt that we cannot live here anymore in this residential house and run this business. There's no way to do it. And that we never went back to fencing. We never went back to, am I right? No, we did fence for 3 more months.
Yeah.
Because we got the loan on this house, and they said they want to see the last 3 months of bank statements. And shit, we're in June. And it was like, you mean you want to see the last 3 or my best 3? No, your last 3. So we had to pull the L1-2 buckle my shoe combination.
You had to keep going. Just
me and T-Rex must have built 100 fences, and we had to do what we had to do to make it look like we were still making Christmas money in the summertime. And we did it. And as soon as we signed that paper, I ain't worked another day in my life on that. And we didn't do no. I told her as soon as we're signing, she goes, don't say that in the closing table. Don't you be saying that in the closing table, because they might not give you the loan. You saying you're going to quit your job the day you sign it. I said, okay, whatever. But I ain't working in the fencing and roofing business another day in my life after I sign these papers. It's Christmas only from here on out. And that's what we did 5 years ago. August, I was just looking at the pictures of it today. August 2020. One. August in 2021. August 4th is when we moved up in here. And then from that day, we've been working every day ever since.
We did our closing walkthrough today. 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you've ever been to our house, I'll show you pictures of it some other time. Most people don't care about seeing that. But anyway, so moving right along with this.
As you were saying.
As I was saying before I interrupted myself. That was a great year. And then we went to the Plantersville, and with the dream of, I want to be in the Christmas light installation business, trying to find the realtor, right? And I want to have a Christmas light distribution center, and I'm going to have a place here that people can stay, and then they can do golfing, and then they can do this. And this was like the stuff I was saying in 2020 and 2021, right? I wouldn't shut up about it. This is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do it. And even the realtor's like, this is the dumbest thing you ever did. Talk them out of it, Laura. And we're here. And was it a stupid idea?
I mean,
it had its days.
It has its days.
It had its days.
Mm-hmm.
But what was interesting, though, is we grew a lot from that year, from 2021. And then we went to the 2024 season, when the 2024 season, I always like to have one person who lives with me, like in the guest house or actually lived with us at the time. Every year, someone has lived with us to help out because it's not a part-time job. This is like 24 hours a day type of job to help me out. And so we had Ron came back for the 2024 season. Remember that?
Yes.
And
we've had RV hookups. We've had people in our guest house. We've had all kinds of stuff. So we do all kinds of stuff. But he came in 2024.
He came in the 2024 season.
It was a mistake.
And
it didn't go well.
He was trying to run it like the 2020 season. He's like 2020. He's like, nah, the way we do it is we do it this way and we do this and here's how we do it. I was like, dog, we don't live in Katy no more. We don't operate out of a residential house anymore. I have a house. I got an office. I got a distribution warehouse that we had built that year. He was there for the foundation pour of it. And I said, now we communicate in a different way. I don't need you to schedule the crews. I do it all from my warehouse. And he's like, well, what am I supposed to do? I'm like, I'm going to teach you some new things to get into the business. But he just wanted to do it the way we did in 2020. Remember that?
And in 2020, you want to do it like 2014.
And everything that he did, he was telling them the 2020 pay plan. He was telling them, right? Because like we don't pay people like that anymore for these reasons. But he was trying to tell them the 2020 pay plan. He was trying to tell them the way that we install it, the way that we communicate with pictures. He was just telling them 2020 stuff and trying to saying, how do you do it this year? Let me learn that and teach it that way. It was like he just didn't want to learn the new way of doing it or the way that we do it since we've grown so much in the last 4 years. He was taking us back into, if I would have just caved in and listened to him, which I never will. I will never let someone regress me like that. But if I would have caved in and just decided to do it his way, what would that would have been for us? We would have went backwards, right?
Yeah.
We would have went backwards 3 years. It's like seasonal knowledge. That's the point. Seasonal knowledge, the things that you learn in a season, and you say if you have 10 installation crews, at the end of the season, you know which ones were doing what and who had to go back because there was callbacks and stuff like that, right? You know the ones that were like, oh my God, this guy's been doing a crappy job. I didn't find out until it rained, and then now he's done that on 20 jobs. I got to go back and check. You know, that happens. That happens. But what are you doing?
I'm listening to you talk your game. Let's go.
Yeah, but the thing about it is you got to be really careful about your process, because if you don't have a good process, you spend your day worrying about stuff that you shouldn't have to, because it's your process. And he only made it that year for about like 2 months, month and a half or something, and just. But military veterans, he's a good military veteran guy. And, some of my friends, they just spun out on the high pressure, and it's a high pressure. He said that the reason why he loves Christmas lights, because it reminds him of being deployed in the military. Because when you're on deployment, you got to go to wherever you got to go, and you got a mission to do, and you can't go home until that mission's done. So you work as hard as you can to get that mission done so you can return home to your family. And it's so many different moving parts and so many things going on. It reminds him of being in the military on deployment. And I was like, I've never been deployed, anywhere like that. But I was like, cool, but I guess 2024 didn't remind him of deployment, or he got somehow he brought his dog with him, and it was a disaster. But anyway, it goes to show you, when you stop and think about the lessons that you learn each and every year. And even though your company's not even growing, because our company hasn't grown in 3 years as far as the amount of installs that we do, it's actually gone down every year almost, right?
Yes, we replace our cheap houses with more expensive houses. We actually do less installs, but we make more money by replacing those contracts with better contracts.
And we don't just hire any willy-nilly person off the street.
Yeah, that too.
You kind of 2020, for us, you had to see the best in people, like you had to, I might not be seeing it right now, but you never know. People can, whatever. It seems like a really nice person. I don't know if I would say they're a Christmas light installer, but I mean, they got potential, and maybe you can stick with them through the maturation process and they can try it out and see what happens, right? But when you really know your craft and how short the season is, you don't have time to do that. You need someone that 100% is comfortable on the roof. You just need to teach them the quality parts. Like, here's how you do it right. But having someone who knows how to do it, but they're scared to get on the roof, you need some people that can really be good communicators in your company, but that's what you need. Another thing that you need is everyone who works for you, especially the person who's the boss that don't even go out and do any installs. They need to have the ability to possibly get up on the roof if they had to, right? You never want someone who's like, well, I'm just going to pay, they always tell an hour, like this much per hour person that just goes around and does quality control, right? The customer can tell you the lights don't work. You don't need another person that works for you that shows up to the customer's house, and the only thing they can do is tell you that it ain't working. You need that person, if needed, to be able to go up there and go fix that bulb while they're there. Not pointing out problems, providing solutions. Because if your job is only this part of the company, you're definitely needed in November when the season's pumping. Yeah, we need that warehouse person, or we need this extra, whatever. But before the season starts, and then at a certain part where it starts slowing down, your job is obsolete. You need to be able to do anything, or you can help out with this in the latter parts of the season. Not, I'm only valuable for this 1 month and that's it, right? The people that you send out there, they need to be able to get on the roof, especially if you're doing QC. QC people is a great job, but you need to have the ability to get on the roof if you had to. If not, that's a wasteful hire, to hire a QC person that can't get on the roof. Usually you hire someone who has experience and who's been working with you for years, and they've been promoted to a manager type of position. And if they had to, they could fix it, including myself. If I go out there and there's something wrong, I can get up there myself and fix it. And if you can look at pictures of me, I build fences all day in the summer, and I get up on the roofs, and I've been up on roofs. I might have got the safety equipment, the steep gear shorts, the steep gear belt, the steep gear gloves, the cougar paws, and the pitch hoppers, and the goats, and the safety helmet, and all this other stuff, and mommy on the bottom with the camera, and the reflector cones outside. And I might have all that these days. But back in the day, your boy Ron just had a pair of cougar paws. I'll be up on that roof because
I don't know.
I didn't even have cougar paws.
You did not. I've been out there for spot checks, and I don't get on the roof. And if there's something wrong, then I send somebody out there, and then usually the person that made the mistake, I send them back to fix their crap.
Her and I used to do it.
I can take lights down, and I can climb up and take.
She can dig a fence post. She can do that.
I can get on the top of a monument and take that step down. Am I going to get on a 2-story steep pitch? I'm not. I'm just not going to do it. I will get on a flat roof. I will get on our home roof and a couple other ones, but I'm not going to climb up there. I'm going to have somebody go out there and fix it. So I don't see, but I own the company, and I don't care if I don't get on the roof. But I can see where you're coming from. Maybe I don't exactly agree with
the customer
you're saying.
Doesn't get on the roof. The customer could. The customer doesn't get on the roof. That's why they call you. That's why they pay you. The customer could. It's a perfectly capable man most of the time in that house. A man that has pride. A man that probably could get on the roof maybe if it really came down to it, but they'd rather just pay you to do it. That's cool. You never want to send someone over there that also can't get on the roof. It just makes it look like you have people at your company that can't get it done. On residential, it is too much money to send people out there that can't actually get the job done. So
I've sent the office girl to go take pictures before. So
Laura and I used to take down lights. What?
I've sent the office girl to go take pictures of an install before.
Well, sometimes you can't charge a customer because the guys didn't give you good enough pictures.
If it's not right, then I send somebody else to fix it. So
it's usually only big problems, but yeah. Anyway, if everyone in your company could actually possibly get on a roof if they had to, believe me, life is so much easier, especially at the end of the season and the beginning. So much easier. If you only have, like Ashley was talking about, it's hard to find people with driver's license.
Girl, That is so true.
That was like so true. Like only like a
It's
real
still so true.
operator, like there's operators and there's non-operators. Let's be honest. Okay. Operators and non-operators. An operator knows what you're talking about. No driver's license. We got like 15 people. And you're like, who's got a drive? Because you can't get into this neighborhood at the guard shack unless you have an actual license, just because that's just the way it works at that neighborhood. And you're like, which one of my crews has an actual driver's license? And you'd be surprised that you're like, oh no, man, see, I don't really have one. See, I got you like, oh, okay, well, that's an isolated situation,
they got the
right?
green card, they got all this stuff.
I got a
but
Honduras driver's license. You're like, oh, okay.
American driver's license.
Then you're like, okay. So who does have it? Do I have to drive down there myself and get them into the neighborhood? Like
How
that?
had to do that?
It's like, can't you? Okay, really? Okay, hold on. And then you're like, you have 12 crews, and not even the passenger of the car. Nobody. There's 2 people that work for you out of 24 people that have a driver's license, and you're like, I didn't even think about asking that. I was saying, do you have like a way that we can pay you so the taxes aren't saying we didn't pay someone? Like we want to have someone who has a Zelle account, some of these other things, but it's like we only have 2 people that work for us that have a driver's license.
That actually changed our incoming paperwork to where we took pictures of everybody's driver's licenses. We didn't used to do that back in the day.
Yeah,
but that changed our process, our seasonal knowledge, where I need to see everybody's freaking driver's license, not just your social security card, not just your green card. I need to see your driver's license.
Yeah.
So
license and registration.
I learned that real quick. So everybody gets tagged to who's got the driver's license. They can get into those fancy
but
neighborhoods.
It's just the point is this. It's been 3 hours. I'm going to get off. But the point is this. It's been a great 3 hours. I'm glad I can go 3 hours. I'm glad I could talk all day about Christmas lights. It's not like, oh my God, thank God I'm off this fucking thing and not talking to these losers. It's not that. I love the fact on Wednesdays I get to pour into your life. I've been working on something I can't wait to show you. That's how excited I am. I live my life and I'm looking so forward to giving back that I just can't wait for you to see it. Okay. But one last thing. What's that one last thing, babe?
I don't know. I don't know. Tell me, what's the one last thing? Yeah, I made these nifty little postcards.
Oh, you did?
Ron
Yeah.
doesn't care for them, but I really like them.
They are nice. They're two-sided.
It's two-sided. So when we go over to these newbie neighborhoods with their little country rustic themes, I'm going to put these on the doors. I'm really excited about it. Get some new blood in here.
Yeah. So the point I was trying to make to you is just this Christmas light installation industry is now getting closer and closer and closer and closer to starting. I think it's just we're about to leave for 2 weeks, then we're coming back, and then it's like, oh my gosh, it's so much stuff going on. We are so running, like we're running in circles right now, running in circles trying to get busy and trying to get it going. I really honestly appreciate each and every one of you that came up to me. You said that you watch our show. You say that you support us. You're actually telling me details that only someone who actually watched the show would know. I do appreciate each and every one of you. It really means a lot to me, and it's been the greatest joy of my life to be able to be as successful as we have become and to give back. But the thing I was going to say that I forgot and I just remembered it is terms and conditions. If a company has terms and conditions, it's all the times that you got screwed over and all the mistakes that you made over the years. That's what your terms and conditions are. It's just a list of everything, because you're like, don't burn fires on the company property. It's just probably something that must have happened. It's like, why the hell would you have that term and condition, right? Remember, for the employee stuff?
It's by law.
Every time you make a mistake and you're like, dang, that wasn't a good idea, it's the terms and conditions. You're like, you know what? From now on, we're going to put this and this. It's a whole lifetime full of that. And it never stops. Every year, it's more and more and more. And every year, you learn more seasonal knowledge and you try to protect yourself with more terms and conditions. And I could just go on for days and days and days, but I just wanted to tell you how much that I appreciate you guys, how much I love you guys in the Christmas light installation industry, the people who are actually, doing it or supporting it or, involved in any kind of way. I really do appreciate it. For the people who we met at what am I going to say? Christmas Expo. The people that we met at Christmas Expo, it was just refreshing to see all those people that are about to get into a 4 month of hanging Christmas lights and decorating. It was our people. I really enjoyed it. And it was an honor to support that this week. So I'm going to leave it at that. So definitely check out our next episode on the Christmas Light Installers Mastermind. If you hung on this long, I appreciate you. But definitely check out our next episode, which we are going to be releasing the newest V1 version of half of the website that's completed that I want to show you guys, because I have to have something done before August, because I need to get my butt over to the warehouse. We're starting to get orders. We're starting to get people to buy stuff. I had 7 orders yesterday. I didn't have enough stuff to fulfill these orders. We're waiting on our shipment, but we are selling a lot. We're networking with people. We're engaging with people, shaking hands, kissing babies. And it's all about love, man. We love each and every one of you, and we appreciate you. And we'll look forward to seeing you on the next one. And just remember, if your life is not going the way that you want it to, you hold the key. You hold the key to fix it. Your mama can't fix your attitude or your work ethic or whatever's going on in you. Only you can fix that. There's no excuses. Excuses are not a thing. Set your mind to something and then just get busy. It's okay. Success is found atop a mountain of failure. Have failed the most typically. Don't worry about failing. Don't worry about getting out there and embarrassing yourself. Believe me. Don't worry about that. Keep putting yourself out there, and whatever you do, get busy. You know what I'm saying, Bo? Let me hear you say it. Get busy. Let me hear you.
I usually just say get busy.